What's good, royal family? What is good? I'm back up in the building today. We got some stuff to go over, child. But first, before we get into it, I got a couple of songs I want to play for y'all. This one is called Fuck All You Hoes. Let's go.
All you hoes. Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck all you hoes. I'm gonna get my money straight, and then I'm going to skate. Fuck a $500 day. There's just too many bitches. Too many bitches to be worried about you. Worried about you. I said there's too many bitches. Too many bitches to be worried about you. Oh yeah. Man, fuck all you hoes. 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 Man, fuck all you hoes. 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 I'm gonna get my money straight, and then I'm going to skate. Fuck a $500 day. There's just too many bitches. Too many bitches to be worried about you. Worried about you. Man, fuck all you hoes. 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 Man, fuck all you hoes. 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 Man, fuck all you hoes. 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 Man, fuck all you hoes.
All right. So, really quick, we're gonna listen to one more song. This song is called I Feel Like Slapping a Nigga Today. Fuck, not tomorrow, today. All right, y'all. Shout out to y'all, fam. For real. Hold on, let me get everything situated really quick. I want to make sure that I put this on the right quality. Okay, we good. Okay. What's good, royal family? What is good? Shout out to y'all. This gonna be a different kind of live today, y'all. But shout out to Leonard. Shout out to Texas. I see you in the room. I love that channel. It's called like, I don't know, but they be making AI songs and shit. I'll put it in the credits because I just clicked off of it. I should have dropped the fucking shit. But I love that song. I'm sure if you put in, I feel like slapping a nigga today, it will come up. You will see like an old school nigga on the front. I like it. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Adrian? Shout out to those that are new over here. No, Beasley, Maine is not behind the bar. What's good, YouTube? These YouTube streets. Grim Reaper. I see Ivan up in the building. That song did bring us back, child. What's good, Max in the building? Sierra. Now, for this person right here that said, please forgive me, but how is that true? But I see him with all of his kids, not all of his kids, but you might want to stay tuned for the live today because we releasing paperwork today, okay, on Maine. Shout out to Esha and Leak You. Now, Leak You and me did collab on this video. This video stems from, as I said in my last live stream, that me and Amora had gotten to a heated conversation. I don't know what the fuck, y'all. I've been having a hell of a day, like for real. I feel like there's a piece of hair in my face, but anyway, I've been having a hell of a day, y'all. Literally, like my eye was watering all fucking day. Like nothing was going right. You know, like when you walk past the door, right, and like it's one of them handle doors and it catches on your pants or whatever. But that happened to me today. Fucking irritating, especially when you're already irritated, right? But it's been a rough day as everything's winding down at the job or whatever, right? But like I said, last live stream, I had talked about how me and Amora had kind of gotten into it on Neo's platform about this whole situation with Maine. The live stream today is lives. Maine's conviction ain't so funny. Lying Larry edition, lifetime registered predator. Now, I did, give commentary in this video. So what I meant by this live is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to literally fall back because everything I needed to say is up in the edit. Okay. And we'll address it from there. But anybody that's doubting any of this information, can definitely, look at the video or whatever. There has been people that have exposed it, in my opinion, not like hella big bloggers or whatever, which is one of Amora's complaints. But this live really is not about Amora for real. However, after sitting down for a few days, I thought about it and was like, bro, I got a little bit extra to say, right? And because the whole situation, I was going to look at Maine anyway, low key, but that whole situation stemmed a full-on investigation in this nigga. Now, this is the initial live stream on him, so everything ain't in here. I definitely could have continued forever, but tonight's movie, aka edit, is landing at 1 hour and 48 minutes and 7 seconds today. And I thought that was enough. What's good, Neo? Y'all, Neo been over there exposing this nigga too. She did video number 2. I've watched both of them and I think she did a great job. Okay. Now, we gonna get into it. It's really nothing really for me to say, as I'm going to step to the side and let the edit do all the work. After, the reason why I'm not that I chose to do it this way is because after this edit, which is 1 hour and 48 minutes and 7 seconds, then I will have an open panel. Anybody want to come up, whether they cool or not, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Period. But I'm tired of these fucking predators in this community, and I'm just done. Like in communities, period. Right? So shout out to Zion Facts. Shout out to Highly Favored Victor. I see you in the building. What's good, Lady D? Shout out to everybody. Please get those likes up in the area, whatever. Child, for your girl, it is free, and I definitely appreciate it. Also, some of you guys sent me some cash apps for, I believe it was New Year's. Yeah, New Year's. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys know who you are. Definitely generous, and I definitely appreciate you. I'm not monetized over here by choice, but I do get supported by the people that support me. Okay, period. So with no further ado, let's get into it, y'all. Let's go. Hey, Bill. Thank you, Adrian. Oh, also, you guys, normally, I'm really good about my volume, but this live at portions, this edit may be a little loud. So I'd rather have it a little loud than not loud enough, because you can always turn it down. But I do apologize. Normally I'm better at that, but I kind of rushed this edit a little bit. But let's get started.
The following video contains strong sexual content and is rated M for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's good, Royal Family? It is Queen's Throne, and I'm back at y'all. Now, y'all look, some of y'all may remember in my last live when I said this.
Because my next live, I want to talk about this dude named Maine that is in these YouTube streets. He got kicked off of Facebook. But he is a lifetime predator because he had slept with a 12-year-old girl that was in the system at the time as well. He slept with her for 2 years. Shout out to Neo. Neo had talked about it also as well. I'm still watching a portion of her live stream, but I think you did a great job, Neo. And I'm glad that you did end up talking about it. For those that don't know, Neo had did a great live on just some of the accusations from my last live. But she did it in her own way. And then somebody named Kevin Wesley, who we've dragged over here, went over there in Neo's chat and told Neo about this dude named Maine. He was commenting in the chat. And at the time, there was this woman up there named Amora. And me and Amora had a back and forth about the situation or whatever. She claimed that I was, like on bullshit with her, whatever, child. But anyway.
So, as y'all know, we're here for the exposure of Maine, right? And you may hear other people in other sectors or whatever say that Maine has been exposed several times, and why should anybody care? However, that's what we do over here, okay? We expose predators, and I don't think that a predator can be exposed enough. I think that the public needs to be aware of the situations that's going on in the community that they're in. However, I took an extra few days just to contemplate this whole situation and also do my research. Initially, I was going to leave the part with Amora out. As you heard in the previous audio, Neo had went and did a live on some fake ass allegations concerning me, and I salute her for that video. However, Amora ended up jumping in and commenting about a comment that Kevin Wesley stated in the live. Now, I'll admit, I was on 10, period, point blank, because the situation that Neo was talking about and exposing was involving my children being harassed and me being lied on. So I was already on 10, right? Period. But in full transparency, because I'm transparent over here, what we're going to do for the first portion of this edit is we're going to look at the whole situation between me and Amora that I'm referring to, because that's what I do over here. Okay. And then we'll get into the paperwork on Maine. Let's go.
And let me see. I don't think this the real Kevin because I got that nigga blocked. Let me see if this nigga shit. Don't block. Let me check to see if it's him or not, because they be these people weird. Oh, bitch, daddy. Kevin, get your ass from over here, boy, before
Enemy spotted.
Kevin, get your ass from over here. I ain't been fucking with you. I left you alone. Did I not? Did I not keep my word after I said what the fuck I had to say? Did I not say I'm gonna leave you alone? Because honestly, I seen you was getting a little stressed. It looked like you losing a little weight. Kevin, get your ass from out of here. We ain't friends.
Enemy spotted.
Take your ass on, Kevin, before I... Go on, Kevin. Kevin, take your ass on. Because you know, with the videos, I keep it.
Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one.
Go on, Kevin. Go, Kevin. All right, bro. Yeah, see, God, they doing this. I was trying to be good. He said no beef. Just letting you know I'm out. Get your ass on before I get started. I don't give a fuck what Amora got going on her channel. I don't know nothing about that. This ain't about Amora. Because Kevin don't want me to get started. He must need some views. Kevin needs some views, y'all. He trying to... I left this man alone, bro. I did, but I ain't gonna let him distract me, y'all. Kevin needs some views, y'all. Oh, drop the link. Oh, you know it ain't nothing. Amora, you know it ain't nothing for you, baby. Let's drop the link for you. I got you. But that's for you, Amora, if you want to hit the link. Or Queen, if you want to jump on here real quick, baby. But boy, Kevin be starting. Y'all my witness. I was not bothering Kevin. Was I? To be honest, when the last time y'all seen the video of me? I have not bothered Kevin. Even when I went in on Saw, I ain't even put Kevin's name on the list. But what's up? Shout out to you. How you been?
Hey, baby girl. How y'all doing? Hey, chat. How's everybody doing?
Hey, now, Amora, you seen I was mad at my business. When the last time you heard me do anything about Kevin? I ain't say shit.
Hey, lady. How are you?
I'm doing well. 1 second, Amora. Hold on.
Hey, Queen Throne, baby. Can she hear me?
Yeah, she should be able to. She in the chat. She can.
Hey, Queen Throne.
But I was just giving my girl her flowers. You feel me? So
Somebody took a screenshot and sent it to me where Kevin over here lying through his teeth talking about I support pedos. So let me explain this little situation because I see he came in here and dropped that little T and dipped his little narrow butt up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Kevin supports sexual assault, people that sexual assault people because the White Howard settled outside of court for sexual assault against Kitty. Okay. But anyway, so let me explain the situation that's going on, right?
Yes.
So it's this guy named Maine. You So Funny. They told you about him already?
No.
Yeah, Kevin wanted so bad. So it's this guy named Maine. You So Funny that we met on Facebook. He was a supporter of Brianna. That's how we met him or whatever, right? Anyway, he caught a charge of indecent exposure on a child. You know, he did some funny stuff with a kid, right?
He caught a charge of indecent exposure on a child. You know, he did some funny stuff with a kid, right?
He caught a charge of indecent exposure on a child. You know, he did some funny stuff with a kid, right?
12 years ago, and he went before a judge or whatever, and they settled it out or whatever. So anyway, because he supported Bree, we all kind of befriended each other before we even knew anything about him, right? So then we found out about it. It was like, whoa, but we didn't toss him to the curb or nothing like that.
So then we found out about it. It was like, whoa, but we didn't toss him to the curb or nothing like that.
So then we found out about it. It was like, whoa, but we didn't toss him to the curb or nothing like
that. And I never exposed him on my panel because he exposed himself. He came out with his own story. He literally talked about Neo, the man came out and talked about his case about 25 times.
Neo, the man came out and talked about his case about 25 times.
On his own panel, probably more than 25 to be honest with you.
I just realized Kevin told me this shit when we first was on his ass. I remember this story.
Yeah, and so
I told him I advocate for women, and then he wanted me to start making videos. And I said, I don't know this dude, but from my understanding, it's not a secret what happened with this dude.
It's not a secret at all. It's public. It's been out for like 3 or 4 years. It's been all over. All the social media sites know all about it. Like
it's been out for like 3 or 4 years. It's been all over. All the social media sites know all about it. Like
it's been out for like 3 or 4 years. It's been all over. All the social media sites know all about it. Like,
but it's funny that he told you to go after him because he literally went in his chat yesterday and saying, I don't agree with them starting making videos about you, about your past, but I do think that it's disrespectful that you disrespect women because he called the woman that called herself wanting to come out and start a fight with him. He called her a B and a H. And I told him on my platform, I said, I don't support men talking to women like that. You need to apologize because I don't go for that or whatever. The B's and the H's, nah.
I said, I don't support men talking to women like that. You need to apologize because I don't go for that or whatever. The B's and the H's, nah.
I said, I don't support men talking to women like that. You need to apologize because I don't go for that or whatever. The B's and the H's, nah.
I can't rock with you when you disrespecting women like that, right? Mm-hmm. So he said, I do it for you. I'm gonna apologize or whatever. I'm gonna do it for you, blah, 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 blah. So he did it on his panel. However, Kevin went on his panel and was like, I don't think it's right that they make videos of you about your past. Well, of course he'll say that because he hates that we make videos about him, about his past, you know, all that scamming and stuff he had going on, and him living with Dwight Howard and being his anyway. So but now they have this mission because they can't stand that I'm making, you know, almost $9,000 a month. They can't stand that, right? So because of that, they want to bring my channel down, right? So now they doing this little thing where they trying to go on, and they told me, they said, if you don't go on your panel and expose him as being a pedophile, we're gonna send you to a bigger platforms and tell everybody that you support a pedo. First of all, I don't support a pedo. And tell everybody that you support a pedo. First of all, I don't support a pedo.
And tell everybody that you support a pedo. First of all, I don't support a pedo.
I don't support a pedo. He exposed himself. I don't support a pedo. He exposed himself.
I don't support a pedo. He exposed himself.
He exposed himself. He went to court. He got his punishment. He exposed himself. He went to court. He got his punishment.
He exposed himself. He went to court. He got his punishment.
But I'm not going to bring it up on my page. I'm not going to talk about his case on my page. But I'm not going to bring it up on my page. I'm not going to talk about his case on my page.
But I'm not going to bring it up on my page. I'm not going to talk about his case on my page.
His case done been talked about on everybody named Mama page. I'm not doing it. His case done been talked about on everybody named Mama page. I'm not doing it.
His case done been talked about on everybody named Mama page. I'm not doing it.
I don't need to. That's not my storyline. You understand what I'm saying? And he comes in my chat, he speak this, that, and the other, and I'm gonna speak back. You know what I'm saying? And he comes in my chat, he speak this, that, and the other, and I'm gonna speak back. You know what I'm saying?
And he comes in my chat, he speak this, that, and the other, and I'm gonna speak back. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I don't have no problem with him whatsoever.
I don't have no problem with him whatsoever.
I don't know what he was on or what the hell he was thinking 12 years ago or whatever, but I don't judge him about that. I judge him from what I know about him right now. You understand what I'm saying? I judge him from what I know about him right now. You understand what I'm saying?
That I judge him from what I know about him right now. You understand what I'm saying?
So, I mean, if I felt like he would do something like that again, or if I even heard of him doing something like that, I would disconnect myself quickly. So, I mean, if I felt like he would do something like that again, or if I even heard of him doing something like that, I would disconnect myself quickly.
So, I mean, if I felt like he would do something like that again, or if I even heard of him doing something like that, I would disconnect myself quickly.
But I just don't think, I mean, we've all sinned, right? But I just don't think, I mean, we've all sinned, right?
But I just don't think, I mean, we've all sinned, right?
But I just don't think that just because somebody did something in their past, even though it was against a child, and I don't agree with a man touching a child or no woman touching no child either. I don't agree with that. However, I do not, I'm not going to drag him.
I'm not going to drag him.
And that's what they want me to do, drag him, and I'm not doing it.
So
period.
I definitely, to a certain extent, get it. That's why I'm saying, like, when he tried to bring this to my attention before, I was telling him, don't try to shift focus to this nigga who I'm aware that he already came out and told his story. Now,
yeah, this thing been out in the atmosphere forever.
I was like, so what is it that he wants me to speak on? If it's already known who he is and what he does, and people know how he is in the community, and people are going to pick and choose if they're going to deal with him or not, right? Me personally, of course, I'm not going to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? I can't be friends with him, right? Because of, you know, what he did himself.
I wouldn't call us friends now. I ain't gonna.
Okay,
we ain't friends, but this is how I look at it. We both YouTubers, right? He's a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. We co-workers. You understand what I'm saying? But they have a mission to get him off of YouTube. This is my thing right here. If that's their mission, go for it. I don't care. I'm not getting in the way. I'm not gonna stop them from doing that. Now I can't stop nobody from bashing him. If they want to bash him, they can. Well, I'm just not going to bash him on my platform. I'm not trying to get in front of. I'm not trying to stand in no gap. I'm not no cheerleader for him, and I'm not standing in the gap for trying to protect him. I'm not his security guard, and I'm none of that. I'm not his cheerleader. I'm not his security guard. He's a grown man, 40 years old, or however old he is, or whatever. And this happened with 12 years ago, or whatever. And this happened with 12 years ago, or whatever.
And this happened with 12 years ago, or whatever.
And he'll have to deal with whatever consequence he get from social media. They on this campaign thing of taking him down. If that happens, then that happens. They don't have nothing to do with me. They don't have nothing to do with me.
Did they know that about him before or after they got married?
They've been knowing this.
Check this out, because I'm going to show you a point how they full of shit. Did you know his history before or after you got mad at him once he started defending what's the chick named Bree?
I don't think nobody knew then. I mean, I don't think we didn't even know him before he started defending Bree.
I'm talking about the ones who complaining about it. You feel what I'm saying?
I think they found out at the same time I did.
Oh, okay.
I think they found out at the same time I did. Oh, okay.
I think they found out at the same time I did.
Oh, okay.
Because I was gonna say that was suspicious in itself. Like, okay, now y'all want to.
But it all became a thing just about 3 days ago. It all became a thing. Everybody that's arguing with him right now been knowing this for about 3 years.
Yeah, no.
Well, not 3 years. I'm sorry, about 2. Everybody that's arguing with him right now been knowing this for about 3 years. Yeah, well, not 3 years. I'm sorry, about 2.
Everybody that's arguing with him right now been knowing this for about 3 years.
Yeah, I know.
Well, not 3 years. I'm sorry, about 2.
You know he's not around Bree kids. They did a skit together, and Bree met him at an Airbnb. She did not take him around her kids at all. That man ain't never met her kids ever. He live in a whole nother state.
Yeah, only thing I'll be, like I said, I'll be concerned. Like, are you familiar with the story? Is it something that happened when he was 18 and the girl was like 17 or 16 or something like that?
No, she was 14 and he was 28.
Yeah, only thing I'll be, like I said, I'll be concerned. Like, are you familiar with the story? Is it something that happened when he was 18 and the girl was like 17 or 16 or something like that?
No, she was 14 and he was 28.
Yeah, only thing I'll be, like I said, I'll be concerned. Like, are you familiar with the story? Is this something that happened when he was 18 and the girl was like 17 or 16 or something like that?
No, she was 14 and he was 28.
Oh, yeah, see. Well, I understand people's concern. So,
and he said Callie the one called it out and they turned on Callie. Nope, didn't turn on Callie at all. You're lying. You're lying.
So really quick for my regulars, I just want to let you guys know again that this live stream is going to be a little bit different than others. Whereas other times I give commentary just randomly throughout the video or whatever as we go. The commentary is already in the video. And the reason why I did that is so we could have an open panel afterwards if anybody wants to come up. So just to let y'all know that I'm here, I'm chilling and everything like that. But I wanted this to be out. So let's go.
Him and Kevin talked on the phone about a year and a half ago, and they agreed to not talk on each other. Kevin knew he was he touched a child back then, and he didn't say anything. So Kevin knew this. But they just want me to drag him because I dragged Kevin's brother Robert all over the damn internet.
But they just want me to drag him because I dragged Kevin's brother Robert all over the damn internet.
But they just want me to drag him because I dragged Kevin's brother Robert all over the damn internet.
Right.
And,
So you
and
get my
drag
point
Kevin
that
too.
he only wanted because it's the beef. It's really tied in between I forgot Kevin's brother name, him and Brianna. So it's not about advocacy, to protect people from a fucking predator, right? It's not really about that. It's because you don't like him because y'all beefing. So
no, you want me to be honest with you, Neo? It's not even about it's not even about the guy. It's about me. They're not trying to expose the guy. They saying if I don't bash him, basically, if I don't bash him, they want my channel taken. He told people to come and report my page. All his crew. That's what the thing is. That is about me, Neo. It's not even about Maine. It's about me.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. It's just me on the outside looking in because like I said, I don't even remember this man's name. I do remember when Kevin did try to tell me about it, and he was saying that you were cool with him. And you feel what I'm saying?
Kevin told the dude. They talked on the phone. Kevin talked on the phone because Kevin.
Wait, hold on. Watch this. Kevin, you was on the phone with a predator.
Wait, hold on. Watch this. Kevin, you was on the phone with a predator.
Wait, hold on. Watch this. Kevin, you was on the phone with a predator?
Yes, he was.
What do y'all speak about? Kevin, you was on the phone with a convicted child rapist?
Kevin, you was on the phone with a convicted child rapist?
Kevin, you was on the phone with a convicted child rapist?
And in his chat.
And in his chat.
Hold on. In the beginning of this, did you not say that he said something that he don't like, that people make videos about his past? Did you just not say, like, come on, bro? I mean, I can't fuck with the nigga because he was 28. He was well grown, good and grown, fucking with a 14-year-old. But it's the same shit that Sinetta and everybody else do. Hey, there go my clean cut. You cut your camera off, sis. I just saw you. That's how you cut it off. But it's the same shit that the nigga who's exposing him and exposing this video Sinetta in them. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it's still the same sick shit.
But you see how he came over here and told you, he said Amora support a pedo. He didn't come over here and say y'all need to drag Maine. You can drag Maine all you want to, but that's not what he said. He came over here and said Amora support a pedo. It's about bringing my page down. They don't give a two hot dang-ons about Maine. They want to try to bring me down.
I feel you. And they
can't stand me because they broke as a joke over there.
What's up, Queen Throne? What's up?
What's up?
Hey, girl, what's going on?
Hey, I'm just kind of concerned though because I was informed about this yesterday, and I told the person that I wouldn't, say nothing or whatever. But at this point, like, it's just kind of weird because I don't think we should be allowing, you know what I'm saying?
Him in our spaces.
Somebody to be out here, and I didn't hear any of your commentary on it, Amora. Shout out to you, but some of the commentary that I heard on it is very alarming. You know, there's a lot of passive aggressive. There's a lot of, you know, people bringing up Robert's situation with a girl named Sierra and her being and then being compared to Maine. But regardless of the Robert situation, if that's true, then he should be outcasted as well. But this Maine dude should not be uplifted. People should not support him on panels regardless. But I've heard people say that, oh, well, he's coming in spaces where there's only adults, adult women, adult men and stuff. But it just, we still shouldn't be supporting those type of people. And I may at this point, because this is triggering, I may do an exposure now because of this situation. It's sick to me. So I'm just saying, you know, I hear what you're saying, sis, but I'm feeling another type of way about it, Amora. So
I mean, hey, Queen Throne, you can feel any way you want to, baby girl. I've never tried to expose Robert as being a pedo, and you can ask anybody on my channel. The reason being is because the girl came out herself and said she lied about her age, and she said that her mom, you know, she begged her mama not to do anything, and her mama didn't do anything. And then the consent age in North Carolina at the time she got with him and did her thing was 16. So I never exposed him. However, my sister, one of my sisters, she did on her panel, and you know, a couple more people, whatever, on Facebook. So and I support my sisters, but I've never exposed Robert for that on my panel. However, they're not mad at her.
It feels like it kind of, no disrespect, but it kind of feels like you're on a movement of kind of not calling people out in certain situations.
No, I'm not. Exactly. I'm not going to call nobody out for pedo because, I mean, for one thing, I was touched, and a lot of my members and my supporters have been touched.
Exactly. I'm not going to call nobody out for pedo because, I mean, for one thing, I was touched, and a lot of my members and my supporters have been touched.
Exactly. I'm not going to call nobody out for pedo because, I mean, for one thing, I was touched, and a lot of my members and my supporters have been touched.
And that's a sensitive topic for us, and I'm not about to do that and trigger nobody in my comments. No, not at all.
I mean, but you do know that there are survivors that do want to have that type of, you know,
and they can go to that channel that do it. They can go right on over there. You let me know when you do it.
I can't tell you what to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But I'm just noticing this pattern of you kind of being kind of forgiving about people that have had that in their past. And
no, not at all. Not at all. Let me say, no. This is what I do on my page, and it spells it out. I expose narcissists, manipulators, liars, and abusers.
I expose narcissists, manipulators, liars, and abusers.
I expose narcissists, manipulators, liars, and abusers.
That's what I expose on my page.
Robert is Robert Hampton, who is Kevin Wesley's brother. Kevin Wesley was connected to Dwight Howard, the basketball player, and Royce Reed. You know what I'm saying? That's a different video though, but Royce Reed is Dwight Howard's baby mama. Kevin Wesley was staying with Dwight Howard. So if you hear RH or LaTruth or, you know, whatever, that's who they're referring to.
Panel. I do not deal with sex offenders and all that other crap. I don't do that.
Sexual offender and abuser as well, though.
I do not deal with sex offenders and all that other crap. I don't do that. Sexual offender and abuser as well, though.
I do not deal with sex offenders and all that other crap. I don't do that.
Sexual offender and abuser as well, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about more physical abuse or mental and emotional abuse.
Yeah, but I'm talking about more physical abuse or mental and emotional abuse.
Yeah, but I'm talking about more physical abuse or mental and emotional abuse.
Look, I'm saying I can't tell you what to talk about on your page, but in my opinion, that dude is weird, and it's just weird to see.
Well, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people on the social media weird. There's a whole bunch of weird jokers that support Kevin. Kevin weird. Robert weird. His sisters are weird.
We know that.
There's a lot of people weird.
I'm not. But yeah, that's for Kevin. Don't think I am. You know that.
Yeah, but I'm not going to expose anybody for any type of you know, even the brother-in-law had one on his page, and I read over it and kept going because I didn't even want to discuss that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, Kevin's sister husband, right? So he had some on his page or whatever. I read it out loud and kept it moving. He denied it. And I didn't even fight him for it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that's not what my channel is for. Now, your channel, and I'm sure a bunch of other people's channels, a Cali channel. All these other channels is for that. They can come over there and hear y'all do it, not mine.
Right. All right. Let me go ahead and clear something up right here because I don't want nobody to misunderstand where I stood. I never seen this young man's, not young man, this grown ass man content. Like I never watched him because I'm not even really familiar with the Kevin's brother and Brianna saga. Only time I catch what I can when I chime in on your page, but I'm not familiar. But I also remember when we was on Kevin head about the shit that the alleged allegations about him tickling a teenage girl to a point that he made the people around him uncomfortable. I remember that's when he wanted me to expose that story to me so we can get off of him. I don't want my audience to think that I ignored the story because I actually did address it. I just forgot when until Amora reminded me that we already spoke on this. And that I had said at the time that, Kevin, you have the bigger platform. So if this man is such a threat to the community that you
exactly. Why don't he do it?
I literally said, why don't you expose him? I said, because from my understanding, I literally said, from my understanding, I didn't, don't get me wrong, family, I didn't go do no research. I didn't go look because at that time I'm focusing on Kevin and Sonetta, right? This shit is already draining enough. But from my understanding, when I spoke to him and somebody else in the Amora circle, I was told that it was already exposed amongst thousands of people.
Thousands.
Brianna and Robert and them, they have a big mouth, so everybody's aware that this man is a sex offender, and it seems like
I work with this guy. He said, Amora, you work with this guy. I work with this guy. How? I work with you too. We YouTubers. What are you talking about? I work with this guy. I don't know him. I ain't never met this man a day in my life and never will.
Amora, I'm gonna let you speak. I just want to clear up my part because I don't want y'all to think I wasn't taking it serious when I was up here playing with Amora. The reason why I'm just not going as hard is because Kevin already pulled this before, and I literally put the ball back in his court, and I said, nigga, you got a bigger platform. Why don't me and you do a show together and expose this nigga? Since you want to be an advocate with me, because I know the only reason why you telling me the story because you don't want to answer about the shit they been said about you. This man that you said it, I said you say he a registered sex offender. They already know about it.
A lifetime registered sex offender.
You say he a registered sex offender. They already know about it. A lifetime registered sex offender.
You say he a registered sex offender. They already know about it.
A lifetime registered sex offender.
Now, me personally, I just want y'all to know, y'all know how I rock. He couldn't be in my circle.
Now, me personally, I just want y'all to know, y'all know how I rock. He couldn't be in my circle.
Now, me personally, I just want y'all to know, y'all know how I rock. He couldn't be in my circle.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't make content with him.
I think co-workers because we do YouTube together, you idiot.
If I was him, whoever this, what y'all call him, Maine, if I was him, I probably wouldn't even be in a public space. It sounds like he need to do some inner work. You know what I'm saying? Like, to really find out what was really happening, why he wound up, having...
And all I've heard him do is minimize it. Again, I found out about it yesterday, and I was pissed the fuck off. For real.
Well, go talk to him, Queen Throne. Go talk to him.
Go talk to who? I don't talk to pedophiles.
Well, go talk to him, Queen Throne. Go talk to him. Go talk to who? I don't talk to pedophiles.
Well, go talk to him, Queen Throne. Go talk to him.
Go talk to who? I don't talk to pedophiles.
Well, good on your pants. I mean, but how you gonna know what happened if you don't talk to him?
I got it out his mouth of him saying it.
Oh, okay. I don't know how y'all do that. I thought maybe y'all called him to the panel and talked to him about it or something. I don't know.
I don't know the predators. I mean, what is there to talk about? He's saying it out of his mouth, and I got his paperwork.
Well, do your thing, baby girl. Do your thing, honey. Do your thing. But as far as co-workers, Kevin, you're my co-worker too, because you're a YouTuber just like I am. That's when I say co-worker, I mean we do the same. We're in the same field. I ain't never met him. I ain't never met you, Kevin. I never will meet you, and I never meet him either. Now I met Callie, my brother, but you ain't, Kevin.
To be honest with y'all, I'm gonna keep it G. The realest person who can expose this main nigga, y'all know Queen Throne on his head. Y'all already know what.
Queen Throne, do what you do, baby girl. Do what you do. Do what you do.
Yeah, to be honest
with you, do.
Hold on, let me get my
But I don't do that. Everybody got their lane.
I don't know this name. I ain't never seen none of Maine's videos, but if Maine is who they say he is, Queen Throne gonna be.
And I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that you need to do that, Amora. What I'm saying is it's just alarming to hear him minimize what he was arrested for. Read the paperwork, hear it out of his mouth.
Bluetooth connected.
Yeah, Callie just showed me something today that I didn't see before, and that was Callie sent me something today that I didn't. I just, literally, you can ask him that I didn't know about that second part. I only knew about the first part, and that was the indecent exposure to a juvenile. I didn't know about the second part until today, and I was like, I don't even know how to process that because literally he just told me like a couple of hours ago.
Callie sent me something today that I didn't. Literally, you can ask him that I didn't know about the second part. I only knew about the first part, and that was the indecent exposure to a juvenile. I didn't know about the second part until today, and I was like, I don't even know how to process that because literally he just told me like a couple of hours ago.
Callie sent me something today that I didn't. Literally, you can ask him that I didn't know about that second part. I only knew about the first part, and that was the indecent exposure to a juvenile. I didn't know about the second part until today, and I was like, I don't even know how to process that because literally he just told me like a couple of hours ago.
Hold on, Amora. So Ashley Chats is in the chat saying, what will it change? First of all, if I just found out about it yesterday and I'm out here in these YouTube streets, right? And it was news to me and the paperwork bothered me. Well, I got a whole following that it will bother as well. And that will be notified as well. Cause I guarantee Ashley Chats, when I talk about it, most of the people in my chat, it will be news to them. That's what it changes. That's what it is. And no, everything is not content, but we deal with that over here. We don't run from it. So
I will tell you this though, the young lady, from what I heard, I think she may be even coming on his platform.
I will tell you this though, the young lady, from what I heard, I think she may be even coming on his platform.
I will tell you this though, the young lady, from what I heard, I think she may be even coming on his platform.
A Maine's platform.
A Maine's platform.
A Maine's platform.
Soon.
Now, really quick right there, that's grooming right there. Later on in the video, you'll hear that he may have allegedly went and met with his victim for Christmas. Now, whether it's the truth or not, it's still like, why would you even bring that up type of shit? I don't know, in my opinion, but that's grooming. You see what I'm saying? If he has her come on the platform and speak for him or whatever, that don't mean that he's not guilty of everything that's in this paperwork that you'll see soon. That just means that he groomed her, and that's part of what these predators do. Right, 28 and 12, yep.
Well, I'm gonna let you know, just go over there and listen to his content and you'll find out what
I'm
the
just
deal.
wondering why Ashley would be in the chat saying it's already been exposed and trying to like deter somebody from talking about it. But it's very,
because it's been out here forever though. Like,
well, why would she be so invested? Why would she be so invested in what goes on somebody else's channel? Did I tell you what to do on your channel, Amora?
No, but people have been trying to so bad.
Now, remember that Amora said no. Really quick, I just want to interject right there. Remember, Amora said no. I didn't tell her what to talk about on her panel. It's going to change up in a minute, though.
Like
right,
Kevin
but I've exposed
people.
a lot of predators that clearly you guys are not going to expose. So why not?
Right.
So
Kevin, you the only one lies so much, honey. Every time you open your mouth, a lie fly out. But Kevin, he up here saying right Queen Throne. But Kevin, you literally just told that man yesterday that you don't think that anybody
Kevin,
should do videos on him.
Kevin, hold on, because I gotta call Kevin out. Now, when Neo said, "Well, why don't me and you do a video together? If you so concerned about the kids and stuff," yeah, I literally said, "You got a bigger platform. Let's expose this nigga together." Crickets.
So Ashley Speaks is his sister?
No,
she seems to be pretty bothered. And she said, if it was your brother, you would would you like somebody on YouTube to break it down and all this and that? Like, girl, bye. Fall back, fam. Like, fall back. For real. Like,
Ashley is one of the content. She's one of the content creators that I gel with as well. We cool.
Okay, what that mean for me? It's another person that wants it to be avoided.
Well, no, she have her opinion. Everybody's opinion, everybody's opinion can be heard. You may not agree with it, but it can be heard. She's just saying that she doesn't think that it's already been exposed. It's new to y'all.
This is hilarious.
She can't tell you what to do, but she's just saying in our segment is everybody know.
And that's y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's just really weird. I'm peeping the movement or whatever. That's just weird to me. I'm just gonna be real. But it is what it is. So it's just weird. So
but ask Kevin why he told the guy yesterday that he don't think that he should be talked about. Kevin told the guy yesterday, I don't think they should bring up your past. Why he tell him that, Queen Throne? Why you think Kevin would say something like that?
You act like I'm riding with Kevin or something.
No, I'm not, but I'm just wondering. Kevin came over here to bring it to y'all. I'm wondering why Kevin didn't.
But how you gonna ask me about Kevin and I don't talk to Kevin?
No, because Neo said Kevin has a bigger platform. Why he didn't expose it? Why? Because he told the guy that he don't think that he should be. He told the guy last night.
But I'm saying, far as you got children, right, Amora?
Yeah, I have 5 grown children.
What type of mother wouldn't want to stand on business when it comes to a pedophile that is out here abusing children?
Okay, so what am I supposed to do, Queen Throne? What am I supposed to do?
You already said what you wasn't finna do. And
no. I said, what am I supposed to do?
You ain't got.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm just
bring it to whose attention?
So passive aggressive.
Bring it to whose attention, Queen?
Girl, just never mind. It don't matter. But you're not finna talk to me like I'm a child or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It just shows me that you not that type of motherfucker that's gonna stand on shit. Like,
but Queen.
Right? Like,
Queen,
don't
Queen.
Don't interrupt.
Queen, but who am I supposed to bring? Who attention? Queen, please tell me who attention. Queen,
but you came up here passive aggressive.
No. Queen, who Who attention? No. Who attention am I supposed to bring it to? Please tell me that.
Whoever.
Who?
Just make a video on it. You a content creator.
Never. I'm not doing it. Never, ever. That's not my content. That's not my content. That's telling somebody that make chili. That's telling somebody that cook chili, go make a freaking apple pie.
Okay, I'm not taking up for Kevin, but didn't you call him a predator too?
No, I did not.
You basically did.
No, I didn't. I called him a narc. I called him an abuser. I called him a manipulator. And I called him a liar. Because that's what he is.
All right, ladies, let's go ahead and just calm down real quick.
That's what he is.
I get it. Everybody's passionate because, like you said, this is very triggering. And I just want to remind the audience, you got 3.
And that's why I don't talk about it on my page because it's triggering.
Hold on, baby, hold on. You got 3 women up here who all publicly just told the world that we all experience a form of abuse, right? And that people respond to things, different. And I can get it. I can get it that it's triggering. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to know, I don't want nobody to think that I was like, letting Amora skate or downplaying it or whatever. It's just, I'm just trying to, because I know how messy Kevin is. Like Kevin didn't come. No, sis. No, I know you didn't because you remember I said you already know I got your back. If you start playing his videos, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna tell people, hey, go check him out because you do the best disposal out of all of us to keep it G, right? But I would just want people to know that reason why I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to why I didn't go run off and invest Maine because I was busy investigating Kevin because I felt like Kevin was trying to distract me. And then once Amora, because I'm telling you, me and Amora spoke about this. I believe it was like a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. I literally said he's trying to distract me from the shit he said about him because me and Callie was on his head. So I don't want y'all to think that I did not take it serious. But once I found out that this nigga did go to prison, that he's on the sex offenders list for the rest of his life, it's already well known who he is. You feel what I'm saying? I just didn't run and say, okay, I gotta go for him next.
And I understand that.
No, I just wanted this more for the audience because I know you get me,
right?
But I just wanted to make sure the audience understood that's what was really going on. And then I don't want this to distract us on what the show was about. This show was about me giving Queen Throne her flowers because we got niggas on the internet now trying to paint her and say she's some type of abuser. But I want y'all to pay attention to what just happened, even though they just went back and forth. Again, this exposes what I kept saying in the beginning about Queen's Throne's heart. You feel what I'm saying? You see her no nonsense, her no tolerance. Does that sound like a woman who's going around who want to touch kids and who really secretly abuse kids behind the scenes? Or does she sound like a fighter and a warrior, what I said she was in the beginning? And that's what these niggas are mad about. That's why they trying to destroy her legacy. You see, she's still no tolerance. She don't even know Maine, but hey, he can get on the list too. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I said I get it. That's why I said sometimes people, y'all misunderstand Queen and y'all say this and say she doing too much. But I'm telling you, I saw it in her last video. It's like I understood her more when she did that last video. I get it. If you want to go after Maine, I got your back. Do your thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, and we don't all have to talk about the same thing. And they may be talking about Maine in their sector. That's a whole different sector. But
we don't talk about Maine. I don't talk about him.
Well,
Kevin and his crew does. No, Kevin actually don't. Kevin don't.
It is some people talking about him.
Oh yeah, it's a whole bunch of people. It's about 15 content creators over there talking about it. So what I need to talk about it for? I got a whole nother case that I'm working on.
Ladies, I really don't want to keep going back and forth about this.
I'm gonna get up out of here, sis. I don't even know how to say
let's go because I really don't, people.
I ain't got time. I love you, sis. Thank you. How do I get out of here? Were you exiting me out?
I don't even know. Let me see.
But I am disappointed, Queen Throne. I'm very disappointed.
Hey, come
because I thought you and I was better than that, but I'm very disappointed. But I mean,
But how are you disappointed though when I didn't even?
But I'm disappointed because you want me to tell you why I'm disappointed? Let me tell you why I'm disappointed. Because you expect me to feel how you feel, and I don't expect you to feel how I feel.
Is that what I said, Amora?
That's how you came off, Queen. That's how you came off. That's how you came off, Queen.
Well, hold on. Stop fucking over talking me.
No, you're over talking me. Queen, you over talking me. Shit. You don't get to cuss me out. Listen, Queen, you don't get to cuss me out either.
Who is cussing you out?
You are.
Your name one time.
Yes, you did.
Girl, bye. Girl, stop
playing. All right, ladies. So for real, let's just go ahead and let's just go ahead and move on.
I don't care how.
I really hope y'all can.
Well, if you don't care how I feel, then that's fine.
I mean, I don't know how you're mad because I didn't tell you what to do.
You did. You came off.
Why you wouldn't?
You came off rough round the edges, Queen. You came off rough round the edges. Me, you and I done talked 25 times, and you ain't never came off to me like this.
You and I done talked 25 times, and you ain't never came off to me like this.
Man, you and I done talked 25 times and you ain't never came off to me like this.
Ever.
And I've never heard you cape for a pedophile before.
Ever. And I've never heard you cape for a pedophile before.
Ever.
And I've never heard you cape for a pedophile before.
Ladies, let's talk about it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, let's do this because y'all know we met.
Whatever. Whatever.
It was a better.
I don't come over. I don't tell you what to talk about on your platform, and you don't tell me what I talk about on mine.
Did I tell you what to do?
Yes, you pretty much did. Like, why you haven't exposed him? Because I don't have to. Because I exposed other things.
Oh, did I twist your arm, Amora?
Well, hell, you damn.
felt like it.
Kevin,
Girl, you need to calm what they call the F down, okay?
Hey,
Like,
Kevin, I
take
hope
it
you
down
really,
some notches. Relax.
Kevin, I hope you really getting a kick out
I'm
of
gonna
this.
relax when you relax, Queen. I'm gonna relax when you relax. No, you're not.
I can buck back up.
Hey,
Well, I can relax when you relax.
Hey, I figured out how to I don't want to just drop you off. You ready, Queen? I don't want to just drop you off.
Thank you, sis.
All right, peace. I love you, sis. It's all good, baby.
Bye bye.
So, all right.
Anyway.
And now, hey, hold on.
The only reason why I even came over here is because Callie sent me a
Yeah.
screenshot to tell me this old pussy ass nigga Kevin
Hey,
over
look.
here talking shit.
Amora,
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm finna let you know. Hey, Kevin, I know you're a demon of chaos. I know you're an agent of chaos. I just want you to know I'm gonna get you back for this shit, nigga. Yeah, I just want you to know I'm gonna really get you back for this shit because
Kevin, you know you a big ass manipulator. You know, for this, Kevin, I'm on your ass again. You know, and I was done with your old pussy ass, old ass nigga.
Amora, because hold on, let me tell you why. Because I'm telling y'all that I talked Kevin. We spoke about this, and I literally said, Kevin, let's expose this man together. It is not this not. Kevin is not concerned about protecting.
Kevin is weak. Kevin, that dude, Kevin literally, yeah, he manipulated the whole thing. Kevin literally just told that dude last night, I don't think it's fair that they bringing up your past. You a old pussy weak ass nigga. That's what you are, Kevin. You weak. You a weak ass nigga. You wanted that man exposed. Why don't you expose him? I got 11,000 subscribers and you got 1 million. You got 1 million. And you old weak pussy ass, you scared to expose him. Why? Because first of all, he already exposed, been exposed for the last 2 or 3 freaking years. Kevin, you old dirty bitch is what you are.
Hey, I'm gonna get his ass back.
You old dirty, nasty bitch is what you are. Simone Whitaker, kiss my fucking ass. How about that? How about that, Simone? Kiss my ass.
My sisters.
Anyway, Neo, I'm so sorry for disrespecting your panel, but only reason why I came over here in the first place is because I got a screenshot that said this old weak ass nigga was going and telling you that I support a pedo. Let me just say it, and let me say this clear. Amora Latrice Davis Johnson does not support pedos. I do not support abuse against children.
Let me just say it, and let me say this clear. Amoira Latrice Davis Johnson does not support pedos. I do not support abuse against children.
Let me just say it, and let me say this clear. Amora Latrice Davis Johnson does not support pedos. I do not support abuse against children.
However, if somebody come in my chat and say, hey, and they so happen to be a pedophile, I'm going to say, hey, back.
However, if somebody come in my chat and say, hey, and they so happen to be a pedophile, I'm going to say, hey, back.
However, if somebody come in my chat and say, hey, and they so happen to be a pedophile, I'm going to say, hey, back.
Right? As long as you don't disrespect my chat, you're welcome in my chat. You disrespect my chat, you get the fuck out my chat. I'm not about just because you a pedo or any of this other bullshit because hell, Kevin comes over my panel and his fucking ass is so should I kick him the fuck out?
Now, Amora, let's not connect with pedophiles. Those are 2 different things. One
is both a sin, hell.
It depends on which Bible you read, and I got to tell you the truth, Amora. Actually, pedophilia is not a sin. It's actually not in the Bible.
It's not. Well, it's wrong. It's a sin to me. It's a violation of a human being. And when you violate a human, to me, that's a sin.
Yeah, you would think that it would be in there, but unfortunately, it's not. And is actually not a sin. It actually is raping. It's a sin if you rape a man, if you sodomize. That's what the Most High said that he discussed. That he's against. You can't rape another man, right? But that's a whole nother thing. But at the same time, I just don't want people to conflate the two. That I do not connect with pedophilia. People like to do that. I just want you to know, Kevin, I'm gonna get your ass back for this shit. Because like I said,
Neo, I'm not trying to disrespect your channel.
Amora, you know how I feel about you, Amora. We agree, we disagree. We don't agree on everything. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just you and Queen because
Kevin, you dirty, yo. You dirty, yo. But you know what? You dirty. But Kevin, you can't even stand on business. You just told that man yesterday that you don't think it's fair that they go back in his past, and now you doing this. But you know what? You old dirty. You dirty.
That's
oh my God.
I was trying to make my audience like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it mixed up because you see Queen going in about how he, we should expose that.
Kevin, you old dirty.
He should expose too, but I just want.
Kevin is the one on his panel saying it's okay for a woman to peg him up his butt. Hey, you want that footage? Why you playing?
Y'all want me to go after Kevin so bad.
No, listen. Hey, it's all good. And the thing about it, Neo, I had just said I wasn't going back and forth with Kevin no more. I was done with Kevin and his brother. I literally was done with the whole thing. They don't want me to be done because that's how they weird asses stay relevant. They really don't want me to be done.
The show was about me giving my flowers to Queen Throne for the hard work she put in, right? Because there's a group of men who's going around trying to slander this lady name and say that she's a pedophile or she have urges for kids, and they lying because I put $1,000 on their fucking head to drop.
No,
this.
I don't think Queen Throne is like that, but I'm just disappointed how Queen came to me because I thought me and Queen was cool. But Queen came off at me like, damn, like you supposed to expose him. Like, oh, I don't want to expose him. I got other people I want to fucking expose. I want to expose Pastor Gray ass. I want to go after TD Jakes ass. I want to go after a whole lot of these other pastors ass. How about that?
Amora, I'm gonna tell you something I know.
I want to expose Pastor Gray ass. I want to go after TD Jakes ass. I want to go after a whole lot of these other pastors ass. How about that? Amora, I'm gonna tell you something I know.
I want to expose Pastor Gray ass. I want to go after TD Jakes ass. I want to go after a whole lot of these other pastors ass. How about that?
Amora, I'm gonna tell you something I know.
When you talk to her on the phone, I'm telling you, once me and her done went back and forth, on air. And I'm telling you, it's not as bad as it looks. Just have the conversation with her. That's all that's needed, man. Just have the conversation. I promise you. She'll tell you that me and her don't rah-rah. And once we get on that phone.
I'm disappointed, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm disappointed in Queen Throne, though, but I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to let y'all stay in y'all lane or whatever. But Kevin, dirty fucking ass. And, for him to go tell this dude yesterday, he told this dude yesterday in his own chat that I don't think it's fair that they digging up your past. But yeah, he come over here and say, hey, y'all, Amora support pedos. What?
Because that's what I'm saying. The show wasn't even about that. That's why I said, why he didn't make a show?
Anyway, go ahead and give Queen her flowers, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. The show is about me, keeping this lady legacy alive because she do be putting in the fucking work. That's what the show is about, right? Because you know our story. And I appreciate you.
Kevin, ain't nobody trolling, Joker. You stayed with the wife for 3 years as a bottom, dude. You was a bottom toilet flusher is what you was. What the hell? You talking about some trolling. That ain't trolling. That's some real shit, nigga. What?
Now, we know everybody knows.
But anyway, man, I'm getting heated. Let me go, man.
Amora, I appreciate you coming on the show and letting us know that you also was abused too. Because I think
hell yeah, I was abused, and I don't even really like talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you have every right. You feel me? Not to, right? But I just want you to know I appreciate you being vulnerable and just sharing that with me and my audience. Right, but that's what I'm telling you. Like,
your motherfucking mama is a pedo, dude. What the fuck, nigga? You a pedo? Your brother fucking. Listen. I gotta go because Kevin gonna make me blow my gasket. And I don't even think he's a pedo, and I don't even think his brother. I'll take that shit back.
And I don't even think he's a pedo, and I don't even think his brother. I'll take that shit back.
And I don't even think he's a pedo, and I don't even think his brother's a pedo. So I'll take that shit back.
But I think he's a whole bottom is what he is. He a bottom of a piece of goddamn sandwich is what he is. The fuck? You work for a damn dude that was exposed of having kitty in his house. You work for this nigga for 3 years, flushing his toilet and shit, Kevin. And didn't get paid nothing, but you got flued out to get your teeth fixed. You got a BMW and a whole wardrobe. And you said ain't nothing wrong with a woman sticking a dildo up your... Let me go, Neo, before... Woo, Jesus, honey. Neo, love you. Callie, love you. Even still love Queen Throne, even though Queen Throne came at me wrong. But still love her, nevertheless.
Have a conversation with Queen. Y'all got each other numbers, please.
And Simone, go suck on an egg. How about that? Bye, y'all. How do I get out of here? Drop me, Neo, because I'm hot.
Shout out to Amora.
Pussy ass, fucking peacock tattooed, wearing head nigga. How I get out of here?
And another one. And another one. And another one.
You done?
I don't even know how to exit. Why he say you're overlooking someone who did the same thing that someone done to you, Amora?
Nigga, you and Kevin ain't never exposed a period day in his life, bro. Like,
how do I get out of this thing?
I'm gonna drop. You done? I figured out how to do it.
Yeah, go ahead and drop me. Go ahead and drop. Drop me.
You and Queen got each other number. Please just have a conversation.
Yeah, man. I'm about to call your ass right now, Queens.
Yeah, it's all love. Queen I'm telling Queen a warrior. That's why I ain't gonna let them destroy her fucking legacy. She don't play about that shit at all. You feel me? So, but all right, do your thing. Love you, baby.
See you later, babe. Okay, bye.
I'm just gonna be real here. The audacity of Amora to say that she's disappointed in me. You're the one supporting a predator. Okay. Now, why would a survivor like Amora have no problem with a predator being in her chat, being on her panel, and her promoting his page? Why would anybody do that is actually a survivor? Now, I'm not doubting that Amora was abused, but it does let me know that Amora is clearly not healed, because real survivors stand against sexual predators. Victims are still in that victim mentality and are not aware that they can help other people by standing up against it. However, Amora did state in that audio that the victim was 14, which was untrue. It could have been a fraudulent slip, a mistake, or whatever. However, the victim was 12 to 14 while she was being abused. As I stated before, Maine was in her chat. She allowed him on her panel and she promoted his channel.
Girl, no, it's the people that don't like sex offenders breaking down Maine. That's what it should be. Because it just ain't Robert supporters. Because Neo them don't support Robert. That lady Queen Throne don't support Robert.
Because Neo them don't support Robert. That lady Queen Throne don't support Robert.
Because Neo them don't support Robert. That lady Queen Throne don't support Robert.
No,
This
Penny.
is really, this whole thing is nothing new. Y'all broke them down. Y'all wanted them to come get on. Y'all was the one sending them saying such and such on the panel. Get over here right now. Y'all broke him down because he was already being broke down where he was. That's why he kept changing those pages. But y'all brought him over here and y'all put him on BS. Y'all did that. Okay, and that's just it, and that's just all. And he said it. He said, I don't go in them chats just to go in them chats. They send me stuff and say, come on, get on the panel right now. Robert Hampton on the panel. We need a man on the panel.
He said, I don't go in them chats just to go in them chats. They send me stuff and say, come on, get on the panel right now. Robert Hampton on the panel. We need a man on the panel.
He said, I don't go in them chats just to go in them chats. They send me stuff and say, come on, get on the panel right now. Robert Hampton on the panel. We need a man on the panel.
And I believe that too. They be calling him, come on, man, get over here. We need a man. He disrespecting women. Because the first thing they do when he get up, I bet you won't say that to a man. I bet you won't say that to a man. And they call either Callie or Maine.
And they call either Callie or Maine.
And they call either Callie or Maine.
New Day with the stomach in the front, y'all. She said.
Amora also told me on the phone that she blocked Maine until Christmas. And then what, Amora? Also on Neo's panel, Amora had stated that me and her have spoken about 25 times. That's definitely cap. Me and Amora have been on the phone twice. That was months ago. And then I think that we've been on like 2 or 3 panels together, including the one that you just witnessed. Stop the cap, Amora. Amora also stated that her people don't want to hear about this, into which I would say that that's also a lie, because some of them reached out to me behind the scenes and said that they were interested in me exposing it. Maine is a narcissist and an abuser. So when Amora said that she only focuses her content on narcissists and abusers, that's cap to me, because she definitely runs her mouth about several situations, but clearly is silent as fuck about others. But to say that she focuses on more serious abuse, what type of abuse is more serious than an innocent fucking child being abused? Now, with that said, I'm aware that domestic abuse is very damaging. However, we're talking about an innocent 12-year-old child being abused for 2 years by Maine. Amora does not want to expose him and has no problem with predators in her chat. That's weird to me. The sector that Maine is being exposed in is not very big. No big bloggers exposed Maine that I've seen, besides 2K. Shout out to 2K. Now, I'm aware that at some point 2K and Maine was cool. However, he did expose Maine and his paperwork, as he should. Honestly, I was surprised to see the response from Amora, because I was under the impression that she stood on business, which clearly is not the case. Now, I respect and understand her saying that exposing predators will trigger her, but it's wild that having a predator in her chat, promoting him and allowing him in her chat isn't triggering to her or the other victims and survivors in her chat. That's very interesting. Amora said that she was sent more paperwork on Maine by Callie, yet she still would allow him in her chat. Now, I don't fuck with Kevin, but I'm not mad that he brought this information to Neo's chat, because it allowed me to see the real Amora. Now, honestly, I saw a couple of things previously that made me side-eye Amora, but I kept it just as that until I saw the real side of Amora on that panel. And as Amora said, Kevin was saying that we should not dig up Maine's past. However, most child predators do reoffend, which is why Maine should be exposed as much as possible. Now, as a survivor, I could not have a convicted sex offender that is on the lifetime registry around me for no reason, on my chat, in real life, shit, anywhere. But that's how Amora gets down. So with that said, moving right along. Now let's get to the exposure of Maine, right? Whose conviction is not so funny. Now, it's important to state in the door that a sex offender such as Maine is actually a hebephile and not a pedophile. Hebephiles are attracted to minors between the ages of 11 and 14. His victim was 12 to 14, so he fits in that category, right? I've talked about the different categories. However, him being a hebephile is still severe. He's still a sexual predator that took it upon himself to violate an innocent child. Now, Leak You, my narrator and YouTube best friend, is feeling better. Some of y'all know that she was recently in the hospital, but she is feeling better and definitely collabed with me in this video. So with no further ado, let's go, Leak You.
Date 11/13/2012. Case number 2012-008-429. This is a initial police report written by Cassania Lynch for the Bastrop Police Department, and it says the following. Officer was dispatched to 1130 Lavelle and spoke with Elena Walker, Black female, Child Protective Services, who stated her office received a calling stating a redacted first name, Adkins, Black female, juvenile, 14 years of age, had been molested by Larry Thompson, Black male, 28 years of age. Elena stated she spoke with Atkins, who stated she lives with Brandy Jones, her cousin, and Larry Thompson, Brandy's boyfriend. Elena stated she was bringing Atkins to the station so she could be interviewed in the presence of her guardian, Verdi Burks, Black female. Officers spoke with Atkins, who stated Larry Thompson has been making her have sex with him since she was 12 years of age. Atkins stated Monday was the last time Larry made her have sex. Atkins stated she did not go to school because she had a doctor's appointment. Atkins stated she was laying on the couch when Larry walked into the room and started touching her private area. Stated she told him to stop. Stated Larry kept touching her private. Stated Larry left the room, came back into the room, and started pulling her pants down. Stated she pulled her pants back up. Stated Larry pulled her pants back down, then pushed her on the couch. Stated Larry got on top of her, put his thing in her, and started doing it. Atkins stated she told Brandy about Larry several times, but stated Brandy would tell her Brandy, did not believe her. This investigation was forwarded to Detective Richard Pace for further investigation. This is the report written by Detective Richard Pace with the Bastrop PD. Case number 2012-008-429, dated November 13th, 2012. And it says the following. On October 3rd, 2012, I, along with Detective Captain Sandra Thomas, located and transported Larry Thompson Jr. to the Bastrop Police Department to speak about this complaint. I read Larry his warning and waiver warning as to rights form, which he stated that he understood and signed. The following is a brief synopsis of the interview. Larry stated that he has never had sex with Atkins and has known her since she was a small child. He added that Atkins was a good ally in his relationship with his girlfriend Brandy, who is Atkins' cousin. When Larry and Brandy get into a fight, Larry would talk to Atkins about what the fight was over, and she would always take his side and come back and tell him everything that Brandy was saying about him. I asked Larry, Why would Adkins make something like this up? And he stated that she was crushing on him. I asked him what that meant, and he said she wanted him to be her boyfriend. This is a hospital report written by Dr. Maid O'Boyle, patient name, redacted first name, Atkins. And this is page 2, and it says the following. History was then taken from Atkins. She said that the sexual molestation began at age 12, and the molester is Larry Thompson. She said, quote, he took my clothes off, top and bottoms. He took his clothes off. It happened in at night when Brandy was gone to work, or in the daytime if Brandy left them there with the children. In the daytime, the babies were there in the living room when this happened, or else at night when they were asleep, end quote. She said, quote, he would put his thing inside me. He would suck my titties and stuff, my private part. He would try to put his thing in my mouth, but I would move my head to where he couldn't do it, end quote. I would say, stop, leave me alone. It happened every weekend and sometimes on the weekdays. I told Brandy and Shanidra when it first started, and I've been telling them, but they didn't believe me. She said the last time it happened was when she had an eye appointment on September 24th and 25th, on a Monday and Tuesday. And on October 3rd is when she told the principal at Delta. She has now been moved to the home of her mother at 1130 Lavelle in Bastrop, Louisiana, 71220. There are 2 other people that live at the home, Shantisha, a 19-year-old sister, and Blakely, 4-month-old brother. She went to the CAC yesterday. Past medical history is insignificant. Immunizations are up to date. She has had no previous hospitalizations for illness or injury. She has no allergies. She does not take any medications. Periods started at age 11, and they are now regular. Her last menstrual period was at the end of September. On physical examination, weight is 122 pounds. Height is 61 inches. She is alert. She is relatively vague about the number of times it happened, but she described it as happening every time she went to Brandy's house. ENT, negative. Heart, no murmurs. Breasts, she has large pendulous breasts. Abdomen, soft and non-tender. Genitalia. Examination reveals that the hymen is not intact. The lack of integrity is between 6 and 7 o'clock in the posterior fourchette. She has Tanner 4 genitalia. There is no discharge and no lesions that I could see in the genitalia area. My impression is that we are dealing with a child who indicates she has been molested for the last 2 years by her cousin's boyfriend, Larry Thompson. Physical examination is compatible with the history that she gave. She denies anyone else having had any sexual relationships with her. Signed, Dr. Mead O'Boyle. Notice the address. It's the same as the one from the initial police report, 1130 Laval. So it says here in the hospital report that she was moved back to the home of her mother at 1130 Lavelle. But that's where police initially responded. Officers were dispatched to 1130 Lavelle. So I find that very, very, very interesting.
Now, shout out to Leak You for picking that up, because I think I was just so blown away with the contents of the police report. I don't like reporting on these type of situations, but as a survivor, I know that it does help other people, as well as spreading awareness on what's going on. Now, the victim in that case was allegedly in foster care. So to be returned to the mother to the same address is definitely interesting, to say the least. However, in that report, you heard Leak You talk about and read in the report how Brandy was told and another person was told by the victim that they are being abused, and they chose to not believe her. Now, Brandy and that other person that the victim told that he was abusing her and they did nothing, both of them are fucking sick. Where in the fuck do people just ignore children like this? When a child tells you that they have been abused, it is your job, your duty to protect them from their forward and get them help. Bring them to the hospital, involve the police, whatever you have to do to make sure that that child receives justice and care, as well as the predator gets locked up for what they have done. You never just, oh, you know, I don't believe you or this, that, and the other. And apparently Brandy did that just so that she could have a man around, which is disgusting. I'm disgusted. When I read that paperwork myself, I literally almost threw up. People are fucking sick. And the way that other people choose to minimize and turn their back on the truth, knowing that if this was somebody else, they would talk about it, is fucking disgusting. Talk about hypocrisy at its finest. Now, Maine will run around and act like he hood and this, that, and the other, and he's rich. And by the way, Maine is a scammer, but that's another video. But Maine, you know, he likes to act like he's hood and this, that, and the fifth, right? Well, shout out to Talks with 2K, okay? I've been enjoying his content, found out about him through this process. I have watched damn near every video that I could find with 2K exposing Maine. And again, I understand that at one point in time they were friends. However, honestly, I don't care when he did it. He ended up exposing him, right? Put his paperwork out there and all of that. So 2K, you know, I thought that this clip was definitely interesting. So let's take a look. Let's go.
Like any nigga who doing this. Wait. I know goddamn well the motherfucking top goon out of Bastrop from the 36th lane ain't on this motherfucker in no goddamn earrings, motherfucking lipstick, talking about some body, yada. Who is big homie? Who is his big homie? Y'all, it get worse. I forgot. His hair fake too.
His hair fake too.
What the fuck? Council brought it to my attention 2 weeks ago. Council like, man, no nigga done fake ass dread. So you got fake weave in your head, lipstick on, motherfucking hoop, motherfucking earring, and I don't like when you wear hoops. Hoops are reserved for the bad bitches, sir. Hoops are reserved for bad bitches only. The bigger the hoop, the badder the bitch. You need to take that shit off. Oh shit. Nigga got on, he blushed his motherfucking cheeks up, makeup. This nigga here. Y'all see this shit? And he the top goon from Bastrop from the 36th lane division. Shit. Who the real street niggas at Bastrop? We need to talk.
Now, I don't know too many hood niggas, right, that wear wigs. Also his dreads is fake, but wear you know, makeup, lipstick, play with life-size sex dolls or whatever in the fuck that doll is over there, child, and all of that, right? But let Maine tell it, you know, he hood. Now, the next portion that I'm going to show you and Leak You is going to also narrate again for is a charge where Maine and another man were pulled over by the police and there was large amounts of drugs in the car. Now, in my opinion, maybe the friend took the charges and this, that, and the fifth, because Maine allegedly has a burglary charge prior to the sexual offense in 2012. And then also this case would have probably landed him in prison for a long time. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did hear, right, that Maine is an informant, a confidential informant at that, for, you know, police or whoever, child. But I think that might be the case. So with no further ado, let's get into the drug bust situation before we move on. Let's go.
Pills, meth, pot seized in a Sterlington drug bust. This is a news article written by Ashley Mott for the News Star on July 24th, 2019. And it says the following. 2 are in custody after the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office Special Crimes Apprehension Team conducted investigations of illegal drug activity in Sterlington Tuesday. The efforts resulted in the arrest of Patrick Newsom, age 40, of Sterlington, and Larry Thompson of Bastrop. Deputies seized 448 grams of marijuana, 3 units of ecstasy, 11 grams of crack cocaine, 13 grams of methamphetamine, and 72 assorted pills in the arrest. Thompson faces charges of failure to appear for attempted possession of marijuana and no child restraint.
Thompson faces charges of failure to appear for attempted possession of marijuana and no child restraint.
Thompson faces charges of failure to appear for attempted possession of marijuana and no child restraint.
According to an arrest report filed in connection with the incident, deputies saw a vehicle parked in the road in front of a home on 5th Street in Sterlington. As deputies made contact with the vehicle, they detected a strong odor of marijuana and asked Newsom about it. Newsom allegedly replied, "I don't know what's in that car." A probable cause search was conducted and drugs and pills were located in the car. Per the report, Newsom then said he owned the items and sold drugs for a profit. Newsom was booked into Ouachita Correctional Center on charges of 2 counts of possession with intent to distribute a Schedule I controlled dangerous substance, 5 counts of possession with intent to distribute a Schedule II controlled dangerous substance, 4 counts of possession of a Schedule IV controlled dangerous substance with intent to distribute, 4 counts of possession of a legend drug, 1 count possession of drug paraphernalia, and 1 count stopping, standing, or parking prohibited in specific places. SCAT regularly conducts high-intensity patrol in problem areas. The unit targets drug dealers, gang activity, prostitution, and other felony crimes in progress. Ouachita Parish residents who have knowledge of or suspect criminal activity in a neighborhood but wish to remain anonymous can contact SCAT using the anonymous tip phone line at 318-998-4867 to report the information.
Now, as I stated before, I do believe that, you know, possibly the other dude took the charge. However, I've seen in some true crime cases, right? I'm really true crime out here in these YouTube streets, but they will charge everybody in the car. However, apparently, in my opinion, the other dude took the charges so that Maine wouldn't end up in prison. The situation about the child restraint, he didn't have a child in a car seat or a seat belt, but at the same time was driving a vehicle clearly because he's the one that was charged. Also speaks to the fact that he still has little or no regard for innocent children as far as their safety at all. Now, he very well may have not abused said child that did not have a car seat or a seatbelt on. However, the fact that you're driving with a child that, you know, should be seatbelted while in a car and you really don't give a fuck about that and you just, you know, take off and shit like that, it just speaks to negligence and the fact that he clearly does not care about children. Now, speaking of children, the woman that you see in this footage right here is Sade or some shit like that. It's his wife. So Maine's wife, Sade. Sade has children, right? Some of them do not live in the home, but I'm being told that during this interview, as well as, you know, probably right now, I don't know if she has the younger children. However, there is allegedly 2 small children that are possibly in her care around Maine, living in the home, but he is a convicted sex offender, okay? And regardless of, you know, in most cases, if the sex offender is married to somebody, that doesn't mean that they can just all of a sudden be around that person's children. Also, we gonna get to talking about it, child, because allegedly these 2 children are not Maine's. So even if, you know, some people would say, well, they're Maine's children, right? But I have reason to doubt that. Let's cut back to 2K. Let's go.
You remember you married her and then Caution started fucking on your bitch, and so y'all got a divorce, and then he got a baby. Oh shit! Oh, run that back, Turbo. Run that back. Caution, 2K. I gotta watch my mouth. Caution. Let me watch my motherfucking mouth. I don't really like talking about Shawty. I really fucking don't. I really don't, because I feel sorry for Shawty on so many levels. First of all, she's just as delusional as him, but I think he brainwashing him. I know for a fact that she with him for the motherfucking money. And at her old age, she just trying to make it, y'all. She just trying to make it. I get it. She got to stay with this nigga because he got the money right now. He paying everything, so you got to go where you can go. I get it, motherfucking Shawty. So I hate talking about you, but I do got to be honest here. So I'm always have respect for the motherfucking kids. So I put a caution sign. I put a caution sign over her face out of respect for the kids. My boy Caution say, I'm with the shit this morning, little boy fucking Larry. Is this the real reason why you trolling me and got beef for me? Just tell the truth. You got to look at my motherfucking face every day. Don't go and beat Shawty up or being mean to the baby again, nigga. Oh shit. I'm like, excuse me? So I reached out to my boy. I'm like, hey, my boy, like, what's up with that? Cuz like, that ain't cool. Why you lying about the baby? He like, man, bro. Showed me the picture of his kid, showed me her, and then gonna tell me that little boy Larry won't let him get the motherfucking DNA test.
Show me the picture of his kid, show me her, and then don't tell me that little boy Larry won't let him get the motherfucking DNA test.
Show me the picture of his kid, show me her, and then gonna tell me that little boy Larry won't let him get the motherfucking DNA test.
I'm like, come again? I'm like, what, sir? Little boy Larry won't even let him get the motherfucking DNA test because little boy Larry don't want to believe that he a stepdad out here. Oh shit.
Little boy Larry won't even let him get the motherfucking DNA test because little boy Larry don't want to believe that he a stepdad out here. Oh shit.
Little boy Larry won't even let him get the motherfucking DNA test because little boy Larry don't want to believe that he a stepdad out here. Oh shit.
So this the same nigga who questioning, saying that I'm being a parent for Facebook. You out here being a motherfucking stepdaddy for spite.
You out here being a motherfucking stepdaddy for spite.
You out here being a motherfucking stepdaddy for spite.
You a stepdaddy, nigga. That's why when they came to my house, you weren't trying to interact with her. I'm over here helping Shawty with the little girl more than him. I'm like, nah, you good, Shawty. I got it. I'm putting all the thing.
Now, in my opinion, I believe that Maine knows that those are not his children, mainly in this situation that 2K was just talking about, where a man named Caution is saying that that's his daughter, right? I believe that Maine knows that that's not his daughter. And yeah, he could be being a stepdad out of spite. And clearly off of the message that 2K just read from Caution, there does seem to be some type of animosity between him and Maine, which I could understand, right, Caution? But that could be very dangerous as well. There are sex offenders that do violate children out of spite. So that's interesting if that's the case. Very, very scary for this child as well as the other. But in my opinion, he doesn't want the DNA test for Caution and this little girl to take place, because then the people that are supervising him for his lifetime sexual offender registry would definitely not allow him to be around those children. In my opinion, I think it's very questionable that he's around any children at all, whether he's married to this lady or not. Now, there is another child that was at this interview but was not caught in frame that seems to be about 6 years old. It is a little boy. However, allegedly, that child possibly, right, because Sade does, or whatever her name is, she does have other children, there's a possibility that that child is not his as well. Let's take a look at that being footage now. Let's run it, 2K.
Okay. This right here. Now keep in mind, y'all, this woman here is asking her about a deceased ex. The one who really made her happy. The one who really made her soul smile. Not little boy Larry. This mic was after Caution. I'm not sure. But Caution made her happy too. Larry, you just the nigga she with because you is the one that's gonna pick up the responsibility. She ain't want to be with you. They killed the love of her life. Let's roll the motherfucking clip.
Not envy my kid, envy the kid, but just like I won't even say despise. I really don't.
He despises the kids because they ain't his. Shot him. Them kids don't belong to little boy Larry. Man, go get Caution that DNA test.
Envy my kid, envy the kid, but just like I won't even say despise. I really don't know the word for it, but I don't think he likes him. Like I won't even say despise. I really don't know the word for it, but I don't think he likes him.
Like I won't even say despise. I really don't know the word for it, but I don't think he likes him.
Simply because I had him by a man that I fell in love with. I fell in love with that man. Simply because I had him by a man that I fell in love with. I fell in love with that man.
Simply because I had him by a man that I fell in love with. I fell in love with that man.
Wait. Yo. Wait. Hey, this the love of your life right here, my boy. She on your internet. She connected to your Wi-Fi. She connected to your Wi-Fi, crying about the love of her life. And it ain't you. Nigga, that's some wild motherfucking word.
I fell in love with that man.
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit.
It's okay, Shawty. I understand. When he died, your hopes of happiness did too. You had to go back to little boy Larry. That's fucking embarrassing. That's fucking embarrassing, bro. You such a horrible nigga that your girl is on the internet that you pay, crying about her last nigga, the love of her motherfucking life. Let me reconfirm that. Let's reconfirm that.
Simply because I had him by a man that I fell in love with.
That I fell in love with.
I fell in love with that man.
I fell in love with that man.
Fell in love with that man.
Yeah, you. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Fell in love with that man.
Yeah.
Fell in love with that man. Fell in love with that man. Fell in love with that man. I fell in love with that man. Fell in love with that man. I fell
in love with that man.
Oh shit.
I would have got her a Benz too, nigga.
Now, I don't know what type of logic this chick has, Sade or whatever, with this situation. You know, or you feel that this man despises or just doesn't respect your children. So why in the fuck would you be with him? Number one. Number two, he's a convicted sex offender. Number three, allegedly you left him at some point in time over these charges already. So why would you get back with him in the first place? Imagine how her children feel that aren't with her, to know that their mother left them for a man, and not only a man, a sexual predator. This shit is disgusting. I have no respect for that lady. I think she needs to do what's right and put her kids first. Allegedly, there is an open investigation as far as CPS goes with some of her children. I don't know if those are the children that are in her home, but child, it is going down over there as far as that. Now, I would like to point you guys to a channel that I have recently found called Let's Talk Blog. I love her content, and shout out to her also for being one of the ones to let me know through her content that Queen Op is back. So if y'all don't know, I used to cover Queen Op every now and again, right? But I watched a lot of her videos, and I want you guys to listen to what she says about Maine, because I found it very interesting. And again, I love her content. So y'all make sure that y'all check out Talks with 2K and Let's Talk blog. Let's get into what she had to say about Maine. And after that, if you're watching this live, I will open the panel for, you know, open conversation on this topic or whatever. But let's get to her, and then we'll do what it do. Let's go.
So first of all, I want to let you guys know I am Let's Talk. So I'm Let's Talk and T-Being. So y'all already know. And I have been extremely nosy on these YouTube streets. And why not Let's Talk be able to report the news? Like, why not me, you guys? So let me get into it. So you already know, you guys, Maine. Yes, and I hope you are watching, because I just want you to know the satisfactory and joy I am getting of seeing you get the karma that you have put on people for years. You have been putting karma, and you have been trolling, and you have been bothering people for months and years, and karma has finally caught up with you. So it looks like Jeannie, the internet sister, was on a panel, and Maine went ahead and wanted to get in on the panel. Well, you know, he's been clout chasing a lot on that side. You know, it seems that anybody that doesn't like RH, he wants to gravitate to them. So by him gravitating to that, this is what he's doing. So now he's over there, and Jeannie has someone, and Fee was on the panel. So she went ahead and went over to that podcast, and they was dogging 2K, and Maine just got a joy out of that. So he got a kick out of that. So it was some guy that was on the podcast. I don't know his name by chance, but he had mentioned that if you're going to go ahead and talk about Kevin and talk about Robert Hampton, you're going to have to talk about Maine. So they started immediately jumping on the guy. I don't know his name. I know that if somebody comes back in the chat, they'll tell me who it is. But they was talking about it, and they immediately started jumping on him. So Fee actually defended the guy and was all like, well, Maine is an SO. Why did she do that? So now Amora and Jeannie and them pretty much like started it. From the outside looking in, Amora and Jeannie didn't have her back. That's what it looks like. It looks like to me, and like pretty much everybody that was watching it, that she was siding and teaming up with Maine. So now Maine is on the internet crying, stating that he wants to file charges on people, and now he wants to press charges, and he wants to do things like that. But we all know that Maine is a habitual troller. I want the bloggers to know, Maine will sit on his platform, you guys, and try to tell you how much money you don't have, try to tell you that he's successful when all he does is play bingo. He does not have a job. He doesn't work anywhere. Think about this timeline with Maine. If Maine got locked up when he was 28 as a sex offender, right? He did 2 years in prison. He came home and was sleeping on his mama couch and shot his couch. And then he went on to Facebook and got his fame off of a doll. He always brags about how women got him his apartment. He always talks about how women supporters gave him stuff. So how are you successful? Please tell me. Like, you're not successful. And then around that time when you was getting a lot of money from the women supporters back in 2020, 2021, that was during the pandemic time. You and Mama Mia did a $90,000 fraud scheme together. And you also admitted to getting fraud PPP loans. So don't let him intimidate you. Maine is not a successful person. Maine is a successful thief. That's what he is. Maine is a successful thief. And what he does is he doesn't want you to talk about his past, you guys. Do not get intimidated about talking about him, because he will talk about you. If this was anybody else, you and I know, he would be talking about them to the cows come home. He sat back and doxied my address, talked about my mother, talked about my husband, talked about my car, harassed Coco and them, sat back and lied and said people did this and did that, copyrighted my page. I mean, harassed for months. So now to sit back and see all of this going on, it's really like karma is getting back at you. Don't stop. No. You know, you sat back and said that you only did what everybody else was doing to Robert Hampton to make money. They're doing the same thing to you. See, you know what's so funny? He blocked me yesterday. He don't like the truth. Did Shada respond? She, you know what's so crazy with her? She knows exactly what's going on. Imagine a man that you've married, and he always talks about his freedom being took for 2 years, you guys, right? 2 years. And then he's celebrating going back home. What, Wednesday? With the victim?
I'm gonna go home and be around the victim, they say. They say she a victim of me. I'm going home for Christmas. Spend time with the victim and my kids and my baby mama. The victim, they say. She been cool with the victim, they say, since I came home from jail. We got pictures together. We got videos together. Used to be in my lives when I used to go live with my dog. Used to do my dog hair. The victim, they say, used to do my dog hair. like it's crazy. But they say they know me though. You feel me? Man, get the hell up out of here, man. I hope y'all make it though.
You're going back home on Wednesday to celebrate with a victim that you pled guilty to doing it. You know you did it. You know you did it. And we know you did it. But you don't want nobody to talk about it. Who the fuck is you? You're a sex offender. And you really thought that people are not going to talk about it. You know what you sat back and said? Why is people trying to destroy me? Why is people trying to do the same thing we did to other people? You forgot how you called people landlords? You forgot how you posted people addresses on the phone? You forgot that? You forgot how you told me that you was going to smack the shit out of me? You forgot that? You know what's so funny? You're such a hypocrite. And then you try to get on your platform and speak about God when you are nothing but the devil. You know that. You're so mad that the truth is finally coming out about you and you don't know what to do. You are crashing out. You're going live, deleting the lives. Very hypocritical, Danielle. Very hypocritical. He talks about everybody. Then he's lying, telling people that he took off for a week to get married. But yet you were on Jenny's panel at 2:00 in the morning while they were talking about LaTruth for 5 hours. And then LaTruth cussed your ass out because he said that he doesn't associate with pedophiles. Why do you get so offended about being called something that you pled guilty for? And the other question, like the lady asked you, what was the indecent exposure that you did to this juvenile? What did you do to her, Maine? Because your charges says that you are found guilty off of contact. You touched her, too. You did that. But yet you're going to go smile in her face on Wednesday. And Shada married you. And you know what's so crazy about her? Because we're going to bring her up about it, too. Because you sit on women platform that talks about people's entire families. And that's their right. So let's talk about yours. Shada is now currently facing a child protective case against her family because she chooses to be with you. Shada is now currently facing a child protective case against her family because she chooses to be with you.
Shada is now currently facing a child protective case against her family because she chooses to be with you.
Let me tell you too. One thing about defamation of character too, defamation of character is when they're based off of lies. Yeah. When you are speaking nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and so help you God, if he was to ever send me a cease and desist, I would go live on it and fucking literally burn it up on thing. You cannot sit back and shut nobody up because we couldn't shut you up. Remember? You didn't want nobody to tell you stop. Remember I kept telling you, man, leave me alone. Remember I kept saying that? And look at the women that you went over trying to kiss their ass because you wanted to sit back and be friends because of the enemy. If he goes around, he's a victim. He's a violation of his registry. Well, she's grown now. And unfortunately, he chose to grape his baby's mother's cousin. Let me tell you how he is. He was 28 years old. She was 12 years old. She was in foster care. So, and keep in mind, too, if you go look on my page, the text messages, he even had Shada believing that this girl was fast and that she was hot and sleeping with older men at 12 years old. This is what you have your girl thinking. So what she did was they sat back and they moved the young lady into Brandy's home because Brandy is just as much as trash as you because the charge paper said that the girl told her and she didn't believe it. So what was going on was Brandy knew that Maine was a piece of shit and she was in the army and she was cheating on Maine. So the little girl was going back and forth and she was telling Maine what Brandy was doing. And in doing so, being the slimeball piece of trash that he is, he started sleeping with the 12-year-old. But he didn't just sleep with her one time because, some things, like, well, maybe, damn, I slipped up and I did this. So let me tell you what he did. So being the slimeball that he didn't do it one time. He didn't do it 2 times. He didn't do it 3 times. He raped this girl for 2 years from the age of 12 to 14 years old. And the story that he's given the platforms telling them, oh, no. In his police report, he said the little 12-year-old was crushing on him. That's what he did. He said she was crushing on me. He never said he didn't do it because he pled guilty to it. He lies and said he didn't do time on it. But you know what's so funny? Why would you fight for your freedom for a burglary charge or a drug charge, but you wouldn't fight for your freedom for a sexual molestation charge on your children? And keep in mind, his baby mother already had 3 of his children at this time. Where was your children at when you were raping this little girl? And keep in mind, his baby mother already had 3 of his children at this time. Where was your children at when you were raping this little girl?
And keep in mind, his baby mother already had 3 of his children at this time. Where was your children at when you were raping this little girl?
That's what you were doing. But you don't want nobody to talk about that. But you know how you got into the mix? Let's just spin karma around this block. You like to sit on platforms. Women is going to be women. You are a sleazeball. You're a sleazeball. You had no place on Amora's platform, and you have no place on Jeannie's platform. Thank you so much, honey. You have no place on their platform. But you like to go on their platform because you've been talking and taunting Robert Hampton for the last 2 years. Remember that? Remember that? Remember the songs that you wrote? Remember how you keep insinuating that Brianna is pillow talking to you? She don't want you, okay? That's why I won't even post those clips. Brianna, watch him, because he's trying to insinuate that you pillow talk with him, and that you talk about your boyfriends to him, and that you talk about Jonelle to him, and that you sit back and you talk about Robert to him, that you telling him all of your business. Don't do that, because he'll flat. You remember how you had to block him last time? He'll do it again. He's crashing out, and he'll throw all of y'all under the bus. So the best thing that you could do is stop telling lame boy, domestic violence, sex offender Laurie your business. But let's just get back into your peoples that you did. Because imagine your children having to go over. Did you ever think about that? Is this defamation of character due? Thinking about my children having to go. You know what? Let me tell you what my shirt says. My shirt says, of course, your opinion matters. Just not to me. I want you to know that, I always say shitting on, I try. Just know that your opinion matters, man. Just not to us. Not to us. I hope it's not to us. So let's just get back into the things that he didn't think about doing when he was 28 years old being a bum. So you was 28 doing this shit. You was already grown doing this. You keep saying you're successful. Where are you? Let me ask this question, you guys. Where is Maine successful? You are leasing a home. What? Mortgaging a home? What else? Hey, Selena. What else are you doing that's successful? Because you just sat back and said that you're going to sue the people that's talking about you, but they're not successful as you. Do we have to do your timeline again? In 2028, you were 28 years old. In 2013, you got locked up, right? You did 2 years. You came home to be a bum for 4 years, sleeping off and on your mom's couch. Remember? Remember when Shada put you out? That's why you moved to Texas, because you got put out. Remember? Yeah, she's definitely going to lose that SSI check. And that's the reason why he married her, is so he didn't have to sit back and pay child support to her anymore. What's so crazy? I would have never married the person without getting my kids back. I would have never married. You bring her into this. Now imagine y'all. Imagine her kids in Bastrop right now saying, my mother done married a pedophile. And you know what type of person he is, you guys? He didn't go get her kids. He didn't go get her best friend. He didn't go get her sisters. The ones that you talked about. You didn't go get your mother, the one that you was crashing out on the internet for an entire year. You didn't go get your beautiful daughters to celebrate this union. What? Nobody supports the SO? And you are really, what's so crazy about it is, you are really upset that you have ensued this karma on your own. You're the only one on Facebook and YouTube writing about money. You're that. You're the nigga that counts people pockets. You're the ones that counts people super chats. You're the ones that counts people lives. You're the one that do that, but you have nothing for yourself. Now you're threatening to sue people for defamation. What about the defamation you did? You just told Kevin a couple days ago, I only was talking about your brother because everybody else was doing it. Now everybody's talking about you. You know what's so crazy? Get in here tonight. You thought you was going to start a fight. Now you out the sisterhood crew. You out here looking stupid like a little fool. Oh, let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Hey, Maine thought he run the streets. Now he got kicked out the sisterhood this week. Let's talk about it. Hey. Amora told the girl, talk about Maine. I don't care. That's your platform. That had to hurt. That had to hurt. Do Shada know what's going on? Do Shada know they tearing your ass up on YouTube? Do Shada know
that they is tearing your ass up on these YouTube streets because you wanted to go minding grown folks' business. Oh, you know, and you didn't do like the other bloggers did. You didn't just sit back and, screen record, add your commentary. You want to keep adding Brianna. You want to keep adding LaTruth. You want to keep taunting him. You want to do lives about his sister. You want to just mess with these people. And now, oh, y'all, God don't want y'all to be messing with. Nigga, you ain't no pastor. We don't believe shit you say. Please leave God out of this. Maine should not. Carla, if you look at my last video, like 2 videos ago, we have a video when Maine first found out when Facebook sent him the notification that his Facebook page was taken down because he was a convicted sex offender. People are doing what they're supposed to do. Every time he has a new page called Maine Thompson that he was playing bingo on. You are a bingo player. It's nothing successful about you. Nothing. You have nothing but Jordans. Nothing. And you know that. Nobody, you're not intimidating no one. No one. And you knew you wasn't intimidating me. In the same way I got joy the last time you got fucking clowned on these streets. I am getting so much joy because I told your ass. Didn't I tell you? When I tried to make amends with your girl. Remember I let Shada join my live. He's still there. He's still here because he continuously makes pages and he makes them in other people's names. He uses, let me tell you the type of person he is, y'all. Do you know a lot of his supporters cannot even use Cash App right now? It's the holiday time. And they can't even use Cash Apps because he manipulated his women supporters.
It's the holiday time. And they can't even use Cash Apps because he manipulated his women supporters.
It's the holiday time. And they can't even use Cash Apps because he manipulated his women supporters.
To make Cash Apps for them, you guys. He sat back, you guys, and created that for them to make the Cash Apps for them. And now their Cash Apps got taken away. And you know what he would say? I finessed y'all. I did this. I did that. Because you are nothing but a clown. And now the karma has sprung the block. Remember when I let Shada join my live and we was talking? And then you went on YouTube and started talking about my mother again. Started talking about my husband again. And I sat back and said, why do you keep messing with me? I know you want to be me. I know that. I mean, I know, that blonde wig, you want to be me so bad. Like you so mad about my Balenciaga. You so mad about my business. You so mad about my car. You so mad about my company. You're so mad because you're everything. I'm everything that your girl is not. And I told you before, anybody that has custody over their kids on social media, imagine you guys, why would Maine join Amora's platform when you are a convicted sex offender and your girlfriend does not have custody over her kids?
Why would Maine join Amora's platform when you are a convicted sex offender and your girlfriend does not have custody over her kids?
Why would Maine join Amora's platform when you are a convicted sex offender and your girlfriend does not have custody over her kids?
Why would you, where are you successful again? You are not successful. You moved into that house and created a house to make sure that it excluded her other children.
You moved into that house and created a house to make sure that it excluded her other children.
You moved into that house and created a house to make sure that it excluded her other children.
You do not like her other children because they're not yours.
You do not like her other children because they're not yours.
You do not like her other children because they're not yours.
You're the guy that was on live calling your kids slow.
You're the guy that was on live calling your kids slow.
You're the guy that was on live calling your kids slow.
Comparing Shada. You said Shada is just as slow and as broke as Lynn and can't afford a cheeseburger. You forgot you spit in Shada face? Twice?
You forgot you spit in Shada face? Twice?
You forgot you spit in Shada face? Twice?
You forgot you put Shada out the house at 4 o'clock in the morning with your children? You forgot how you went on live and dogged her and got the nerve to say, right, he got more cars. Let me tell y'all, he do scams. You forgot we got the lives where you and Mama Mia scamming? Mama Mia telling us that we got your receipts for your PPP loans. All of your money come from your supporters. So if you are a successful beggar, because that's what you are, where do you work? Where do you work? What do you do for a living? What have you ever done for a living? No man or woman is perfect. And you are so right. But one thing I am perfect is that I have custody over my children. But nobody is perfect. But people take care of their children. You don't just lose your kids. And most people that don't got their kids, once they go through the proper channels and go through the steps and they go through the programs, why haven't she got her kids back? It's been almost 3 years. What are you doing that is prohibiting you
not to get your kids. Y'all remember, Maine was going live about me for 5 months, you guys, and then posted my address on when, you know what's so crazy? He was never my content. He was never in my eyesight. You were never in my peripheral because you a weak ass nigga. And I don't associate with weak ass niggas. I've been said that. You've always been a weak ass nigga to me. Now I'm gonna be like the women that you like to join their panels and like how you like to be all on their shit. I'm gonna make money off of telling your story. The way that you want to tell everybody else's story. How you want to keep bothering me. Her mama fighting and she can't get him. You just married a pedophile. Why would your kids want, why would you want to even associate that with your name? You divorce a nigga because he got locked up for raping a girl, and then you marry him again, and then he spit in your face again and just sat back and said, you better watch him on Wednesday, boo-boo. Remember last Christmas was the worst Christmas? Remember that? Remember? You better watch his ass on Wednesday. He probably be sleeping right with that victim because she's of age now, and you always thought they had something together. So if I was you got a lot of competition out here because he never praises you. He always talked about how you cheated on him and had babies. But he always talked about how good Brandy was and how cool he is with the victim and how beautiful his other baby mother is that he don't even see his children. But he never praises you. What do you do? So I want to, before I let you guys go, let me let these bloggers know. Do not, please, y'all. Maine will go from being a preacher, from being Chucky, to sit back and trying to be Barack Obama. You are a weak ass nigga. I'm so happy that the other 17 other bloggers are exposing you. And the funny part and joy that I get out of this is I had nothing to do with it. It's the bed that you laid in. Remember, she tried to say that the little girl was hot. And if Maine did it, why would she still be around him? Remember, she tried to say that the little girl was hot. And if Maine did it, why would she still be around him?
Remember, she tried to say that the little girl was hot. And if Maine did it, why would she still be around him?
She places blame on the victim just like he did. But then remember when she started texting Bridget, when he put her out and he was, you know, he type of nigga he is, y'all. He was arguing with her at 3, 4 in the morning after he called their kid slow. And guess what he called? He called her baby's father's other's baby mother to talk about her. But this is who Amora, this is not who y'all need. It ain't even about him being a sex offender because that's 98%. He's a weak ass, domestic violence ass, probably still knocking shot upside her goddamn head ass type of person. That's who he is, you guys. He is manipulative. He will never answer the questions completely. He will never sit back and give you a direct answer. And he will definitely try to make you seem as though as what you are reading. What type of person tells you do not believe what's on black and white, but then you sit back and laugh about going to go home with this girl on Christmas? You are sick. And Sada is just as sick for marrying you. Both of y'all belong with each other. I am happy y'all got married to each other because now we take 2 idiots off the street and y'all are no longer on the market because both of y'all slow. Then Shada already know you would cheat on her whenever you want because when you ain't bringing nothing to the table, you can already tell what she's tolerating. She tolerated you going on these women panels, talking about other men, knowing you are just the men that you're talking about. Come on. But you know what? I am going to enjoy this. But I told you before, be not deceived. Whatsoever a man soweth, so shall he reap. You are reaping. That's what it is. It don't feel good when you reap. See, you know what reaping does? Reaping, nobody can stop the reap. See, you can sit back and say, God, I'm sorry. I done sat back and I done did what I had to do, Lord. I done paid my debt to society, Lord. You know, Lord. No. This the reap part. This the reap. You reaping. It don't feel good, do it. It don't feel good to get the same pain that you endured. So guess what you about to do, you bitch ass nigga? Let me tell you what you about to do. Take your advice that you gave Robert. Take the advice of all the men that you have harassed and all the advice of what they should do. You take it. You take it. You take it. Because guess what I'm going to do? I am going to blog on you whenever I feel like it. And I'm not going to let up. For 5 months, you ain't let up. You bothered me for absolutely nothing. You know it. I know it. You harassed me. You emailed me. You harassed my family. You went on my family personal pages. You even got that little bitch ass mama Mia calling me Denise, her little fucking funky, ugly ass. Y'all is some weak ass bitches. And if she play with me, I will drop the entire video of her helping you scam. Because Maine is a scammer. Robert ain't on the sex offender list. Let's just drop that off for you guys. And let's let Amora and Jeannie and them see what type of person you are. Because not only are you a sex offender, you just like John. Get in here tonight. Maine thought he was running these streets. He got kicked out of the sisterhood this week. Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. One thing, Shada is the idiot. Women stick together. The amount of joy me seeing you windmilling, and my husband is laughing too. Oh, believe me. Oh, y'all put some windmills in the comment section. I'm about to go enjoy my day. Yes, y'all gonna be blowing smoke all 2025. We not letting up. We ain't letting go. Protect the kids, y'all. Protect the kids. And hopefully Shada got more than $10 this year for Christmas, because he only gave her $10 last year for Christmas and didn't get her kids nothing. But let's talk about it. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Until next time.
You know, I'm very transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still been arrested for between 10 and 15 years, right? So it's 10 if you don't get in trouble. It's 15 if you know whatever. But if you do good, you get off in 10, get off the rest. That's Louisiana. But once I come to Texas, they laws are different. What they would do is either they ain't gonna let you, you don't have to register, or they gonna put you on a lifetime. They only have two. Either you ain't gonna register if you did 5. They got 5 or life. That's all they have. Look it up.
Ain't gonna let you, you don't have to register, or they gonna put you on a lifetime. They only have two. Either you ain't gonna register if you did 5. They got 5 or life. That's all they have. Look it up.
Ain't gonna let you don't have to register, or they gonna put you on a lifetime. They only have 2. Either you ain't gonna register if you did 5. They got 5 or life. That's all they have. Look it up.
They have 5 or lifetime, depending on the age category. So the age category of my crime makes me, when I come to Texas, that's in their jurisdiction, they made me do a lifetime. But I got my paperwork in my car right now. You feel me? But that's beside the point.
Ain't gonna let you, you don't have to register, or they gonna put you on a lifetime. They only have 2. Either you ain't gonna register if you did 5. They got 5 or life. That's all they have. Look it up.
Ain't gonna let you don't have to register, or they gonna put you on a lifetime. They only have 2. Either you ain't gonna register if you did 5. They got 5 or life. That's all they have. Look it up.
Nah, they finna take me off the register. Get my life back.
It clearly say what you did on this paperwork. So why is you trying
No, how an allegation?
It's not an allegation. You pleaded guilty.
I pleaded guilty to indecent behavior. They dropped.
What was the indecent behavior? What was the indecent behavior that you pleaded guilty for?
So how old you is? I want to see how grown you is.
It don't even matter how old I am.
I'm finna make you look. I'm finna make you look real crazy. Try not to overtalk me. Check this out. So if what you read in black and white is true, right?
It
if you
ain't
read
true.
black and white is true.
You pleaded. You pleaded. It is true.
Why I ain't do life then? Cause you get pussy from adult, so I took it from a kid. Yo.
Cause you get pussy from adult, so I took it from a kid. Yo.
Cause you get pussy from adult, so I took it from a kid. Yo.
All right, y'all. That is what I got today for Maine. If anybody wants to come up, they definitely can. This situation is crazy, and I don't understand for the life of me why anybody would want to have this nigga in a chat, support him, or whatever. This nigga is disgusting and fucking sick, and motherfuckers is willing to overlook that. But I also seen that earlier there was somebody in there like, how could he do this and still be around his children? That's what I'm wondering too, child, because as you've seen in the edit, he may not be the father of them 2 children that are allegedly in the home with him and his wife. And also the wife. It's just really crazy that a bitch could, find out about a nigga charges like that and then break up with them and then get back together with them and marry them. I don't know, allegedly again or whatever in the fuck. Child, that's just crazy as hell. There is a little girl that is involved in that situation, as well as a little boy, as I've stated. And that's just scary. In Maine's case, he was, violating a 12-year-old child until she was 14. But what's to say that he won't go lower? This dude seems desperate. He's definitely a clout chasing ass loser ass nigga that should not be supported out here, period. He's not funny. And when I first found out about it, when I first was told about it, I'm thinking that this nigga is some big time comedian and shit like that or whatever, how motherfuckers was hyping him up or whatever, like not intentionally hyping him up, but that's what he go by. And I got to looking, and this nigga is a fucking nobody. Like, he don't even have that many views or whatever, but there is a lot of women that support him. So yes, he is married to old girl, but niggas cheat, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes men will get with women so that they can violate their children. I hope that's not the case. But when people were saying, like, you know, he's been exposed 1,000 times. You ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do it. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. You know, we don't want to hear about it. Well, people in my chat and in other communities will find out about this and they may feel some type of way. I definitely do. Now, don't judge me. This is my first initial reaction to what's going on, my first video on him. But if you know my channel, you know how I get down. And yeah, shit can get a little bit ugly or whatever. But there are some other things that, you know, Neo uncovered or that was shown, or like that I found or whatever, that is interesting as well. So I'm sure he gonna come out and deflect right after Neo, really after me, Amora, and Neo were on the panel together and that went down. He started making comments or whatever, talking about fuck the conscious community and this, that, and the other. Bruh, you just don't get it, do you? Right? But after Neo had exposed him, you know, he went and switched around everything that she was saying, child, which was definitely interesting as these motherfuckers deflect, fam. They don't, like, there's not a moral bone in their body. Like, all their morals is gone. They ain't got shit. Like, especially this nigga, right? Now, far as Robert Hampton, I don't see no, you know, charges involving children for Robert. You know, if you do find something or you want to point something out to me, right? Because I was looking at the whole thing about Robert may have slept with a girl named Sierra, and then other people told me, you know, nah, or whatever. So I'm just saying, if you want to send me anything, any clips, you can send it to queensthrone9@gmail.com. And I will definitely look into it. Which reminds me, one of the royal family members had brought up in my last live stream that there was a case involving a couple that had, I guess, sexually abused or abused some children. I can't remember what they exactly said. And they got 100 years in prison. So true enough, you know, they sent it to me or whatever after the stream. I went and looked. It's crazy though, because it's not the average type of situation. This involves an LGBT male couple. It's crazy. However, there's not much coverage from mainstream media, which is interesting, right? But I did find some clips and I plan on putting a video together for either the next live stream or I'll drop it as an edit, you know, and give my commentary and shit like that. But these type of things are fucking disgusting and we cannot stand on that. I'm disappointed in Amora and I'm definitely going to pull back. She talking about, you know, she finna fall back as well and all this and that. Girl, you been fell back. You wasn't supporting anyway. So it really don't matter to me. I'm still gonna do me. And in reality, I never needed anybody's permission to look at Maine situation because she was just like, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you or whatever in the fuck. Like, girl, I ain't worried about that shit. Okay. Now, I'm just saying it could go, you know, a few ways or whatever, but I'm finna stand on Maine's neck. I'm finna start paying attention to him. In the conscious community with Sonetta and Nepal. Sonetta went live the other day stating that he is going to be gone for, I was finna say a year, child, a month or two. So we'll see what the fuck is going on, child, with that or whatever. But I do have other videos that I could possibly catch up on. Not to, you know, it just depends on how they moving and shit like that. Like, fucking quit fucking playing, because those are other predators over there as well, in my opinion. As you will see if you look at the Sonetta on trial, you can hear it for yourself, those of you that are new. But this is what I do over here. I expose predators on a regular, and you know, sometimes it's just separate or different situations in other sectors or whatever. This is one of those. So I did kind of want to give my people a rundown. I didn't want to leave the part about Amora out because that's kind of why we're here. Anyway, the response of Amora is echoing through some of these YouTube streets, that they're going to have a nonchalant approach. And how would you even want to have a predator around you and you have been abused before? Why wouldn't that trigger you, but exposing him would? As you heard the women over there stating that, he would come up on her platform. It was also brought to me that he promoted her. I mean, she would bring him on her platform and she promoted him and got him some of the subs that he got right now, child, which is definitely interesting to me. I don't fuck with people that move like that. I get it. She don't want to talk about it or whatever. She don't want to expose him, which I'm side-eyeing that, but I respect it, right? But when it comes to, you blocking him until Christmas and all this and that, like you literally told me that, Amora, on the phone. So this ain't really no beef video. I just am transparent and I can, let my people know where I'm coming from or whatever. I don't intend to do a back and forth or whatever with Amora or anything like that. I think it just is what it is. I'm petty, but I had respect for Amora and I still have a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'll just part my ways and it is what it is, right? Shout out to her, I guess people on your head and, it is what it is, right? But maybe you might want to rethink some of the logic that you have as far as people in your chat don't want to talk about it because that's not what some of the people from over there on your side reached out to me in my email or behind the scenes in DM or whatever and explained to me and how they felt or whatever. Not, them throwing you under the bus, but they kind of was side-eyeing it too. And I'm not going to, be petty and expose them because I feel like they told me these things in good confidence. But some other things that were pointed out to me are some things that I was already clocking the T on. And that's kind of why I fell back. Also, I do watch Amora sometimes like I was, but I kind of fell back because my content is demanding at times, especially in the conscious community or true crime. So, and I also don't just come up here and push the live stream button and go live. And, I use other people's content, but I transform it and, tell a story with it. No shade or whatever, right, to her. But, I just, to me, it's quality over quantity, right? Some people just want to come up here and just speak or whatever. But, yeah, it is what it is, child. I ain't trying to be petty. But with that said, y'all, I'm going to drop the link one more time if anybody wants to come up. Not expecting it, but I don't want nobody to be like, I didn't have the opportunity. You ended too quick or whatever in the fuck, right? But that's, how I feel, basically, in the situation with Amora.
Have you seen that?
And also with, Maine. It's disgusting. I definitely will, like I said, be on his ass, especially because he over here talking all this shit to Neo and shit. He hella confident. Shout out to 2K and Let's Talk Blog. Definitely, are digging your guys' channels and shit like that, right? And I'm definitely, picking up some of the tea and trying to catch up. Now, I do apologize again because that whole situation on Neo's platform happened December 22nd. And, it's the 5th and I'm live on it. But, Christmas, I have children. I also have a career that is very demanding, as well as I needed to do my research and find what I needed. And I also sat for a couple of days and thought about how I felt about the exchange with Amora, so that I wasn't just coming out here like, bitch, fuck you, bitch, and all that, because I'll do that too, right? But I don't even think that is needed for that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and I said what I said. So shout out to everybody that came and dropped down in the chat. What's good, Marquise? This was a doozy. You might want to go back and rewatch it, child, exposing a lifetime sexual offender that violated a 12-year-old child until she was 14. The foster parent, which was her cousin Brandy at the time, ignored the girl telling her, the girl was telling her, the victim was telling Brandy that this guy was abusing her. And Brandy, who was in a relationship with, Maine, aka Larry, this shit is wild, bro. It's so sad to listen to women that put children last for a man that ain't shit, or just period, any man. It was asked earlier, I think by Texas. Texas said, if you had to say, if you had to save an adult or a child, which one would you save? And I off bat just said child, because at the end of the day, that's our future. If we just allow people to be in and out of our children's lives, and like they're sex offenders and shit, so we're out of their life, you know what I mean? Or we allow people to abuse our children, the cousin and shit like that. Like, that should have been the main bitch, and I'll call her a bitch, busting dude's fucking head open. Like, what the fuck? And right when she made them statements and told her that she was being abused, she should have fucking listened. What kind of motherfucking shit? Like, that shit breaks my motherfucking heart. But as a survivor, I've been there. I've been abused. And it got brought to my attention that Amora has been abused as well, right? Throughout the video and shit like that. She spoke on, a little bit, not really, but how she has been a victim and shit. So I'm just saying, again, I'm not expecting every victim to come forward and stand up against shit, but I just find it total hypocrisy that you would sit on your platform and talk about other meaningless shit. Or if, like, let's say Robert Hampton or Kevin Wesley had some charges like this, you definitely would have talked about it. You definitely would have. I don't want to hear shit, period, on that one. But it's just the picking and choosing for me. The fact that you would be negligent and have a predator around your chat into which he's coming around and shit. And also at the same time, there is no talk of him being a predator. So if somebody comes in a couple of months from now, next week, whatever, tomorrow, they may not be privy to this information. I don't know if she unblocked him after Christmas, but the fact that she told me, Queen, I got him blocked until after Christmas. Because remember, she called me after me and her got into it on Neil's platform. And that just was weird to me. But at the time, I just like, I felt let down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I looked up to Amora, not like, you know what I'm saying, all like that. But, she older than me. So I looked at her like, she would just stand on certain things. You know what I'm saying? And just to find out that she has no problem with predators being in her chat. If they say hi to her, she going to salute them, even though you just got, you already knew about this situation. Plus, Callie sent you more information on this dude, and you still are on the fence about it. Like, it's just weird to me, child. It is very, very weird. But shout out to y'all. We have been here 2 hours and 18 minutes. Shout out to those that have subscribed recently. I do see y'all, and I appreciate y'all. We kind of, doing our thing right now or whatever, far as content goes or whatever. I'm kind of moving slower because I do have children that are, going through sports and doing all type of things and stuff like that. And then also my career. But I do enjoy bringing you guys quality content. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. But again, I will be on Maine, period. And the Royce Reed thing. So, okay, I have not caught up all the way. I watched some of, honestly, Callie's live stream, in and out of the lives that was going on back and forth. I watched a couple of portions of Kevin, as well as, I think that's it. But I did download Royce Reed, like the whole situation, like it came out to 5 hours and like 28 minutes. I will go through that and probably, pull out the important things of it and make it a video. It's probably going to be a longer edit though, because from what I did see, there was a lot of tea being spilled. So I will do that. See, that's what type of shit I do. You feel what I'm saying? Go through the whole thing. I know other people are covering it, but I never try to just be the first one always to come out in a story. Sometimes I sit back and, you know, gather information because I'm an editor. That's what I do, right? So anyway, shout out to you guys as well. So I don't know what we doing after this, royal family. But you know, besides the Royce Reed thing, I put it all together, and then I uploaded it, but I didn't edit it yet. So I want to like sit down on my day off. I got a day off the day after tomorrow. I work to this evening or whatever, but after I get off of work, then you know, it's my off day. So I'm gonna try to fit it in up in there. Some of y'all know how I watch content sometimes, child. I'll watch it like fast as hell. I'll turn the speed up on that motherfucker, like for real. Like, so I'll be done with it like probably in about 2 hours, shit. But yeah, I want to see what was going on there because we did cover it. I do have some videos up on Kevin Wesley as well as the truth. But at this point in time, I'm not gonna say that LaTruth, aka Robert Hampton, is a predator. I don't know. Again, if you would like to send me something on the situation with Sierra or whatever you're trying to point out, you can definitely email me at queensthrone9@gmail.com and I will look into it. So shout out to everybody. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. That's why I only fuck with a certain amount of people, like, period. Like, for real, for real. So anyway, y'all, on the way out, we're actually going to listen to a song that I did myself. I recorded, wrote this song and everything like that. It is called Forgotten Victims. It's a sexual awareness, a sexual abuse awareness video. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Much love. Stay you, stay royal, stay uncompromisable, and please stay woke, because you will see me or hear my voice in an upcoming edit or live stream. Much love, y'all. Hit that like button. Shout out to those that supported me today as far as donations. I appreciate y'all. Let's go.
Have you seen Ebony? I can't find her. No, I haven't seen her. Did you see Ebony?
Yeah, she's a video of Pete.
Ebony? What's going on back here?
You're just playing the game. It's okay, isn't it?
Oh, I was just worried. As long as she's back here with you, everything is all right. Mommy? Shh. Shh. Mommy!
Stand against the predators amongst us. Be the voice of change. Break the cycle.
Forgotten victims, hidden so well, victims of their past, but they would never tell. Touched as children are scared by violence, they choose to hide it and keep the silence. Still forgotten victims who choose to hide, push back their feelings or bottle them inside. Victims of abuse, scared to protest, but many are ashamed of the rape and incest. Still forgotten victims, hidden so well, some memories of abuse, but very deep they dwell. Women and men hiding feelings of shame, but they are still victims and shouldn't be blamed. Still forgotten victims who choose to hide it, keep quiet cause society takes sides and downplays violence. Many fear being believed, but they are still victims, so don't be deceived. Forgotten victims, hidden so well, victims of wanting love but truly living in hell. Day after day they may suffer new pain, like someone often close but it could be far away. You may not have a voice, but I'll be your today. So wipe those tears away and let my words relieve the pain. Don't drive yourself insane, no red stress to your brain. Trying to figure out why you've been treated this way. Just hold your head high, you know when karma comes around. She'll knock them to the ground when they time come around. The best way to heal is to seek help and talk about it. Cause you never know, your experience just might help somebody. I had my time of being quiet, hiding behind my tears for so many years. But one day I understood with my experiences I could help the next, so I'll dedicate my last breath to prevent future victims from this pain, and so all my survivors can stand tall again. I'll be your shield from the wind, the paper or the pen, take my hand and just say win. Forgotten victims, hidden so well, victims of the past.